Live at the Falcons' Nest in Benton, Indiana, where tonight it's the renewal of a great rivalry on the girls' basketball floor. It is the Westview Warriors and the Fairfield Falcons on this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. And how you doing, everybody? Welcome inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth with my business and broadcast partner, Angelo Carlo, and the Hall of Famer, Hundt, patrolling sidelines, Chuck Freeby. Hey, thanks for spending part of your Friday with us. You made a good choice staying inside, staying warm. The Westview Warriors having one of their best girls basketball seasons in recent memory. They already have 11 wins on the season. The problem for Ryan Yoder right now is his point guard, Olivia Bontrager, is out with a concussion, but he does believe a strong senior class can carry the day.
Yeah, no question about not having Bontrager has been a difference. It was a difference in their game against Fairfield 8 days ago, against Angelo on Tuesday night. But this is a much improved team from a year ago. And this is a team that probably comes into this game with a little confidence based on the way things went last year. You know, they lost to Fairfield in the tournament, came back 8 days later, and won on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. So maybe being on the Game of the Week is also something that benefits the Westfield girls as well.
Meanwhile, Fairfield is in contention for the Northeast Corner Conference title. They are tied with Fremont and Eastside for first place. And the Falcons have a glorious 1-2 punch with Ava Herbert and Madison Jones.
Yeah, the two are combining for more than 31 points per game. This is maybe the most improved team in the area, along with St. Joe on the girls' side. Two teams that really have improved a lot, but they have been very good this year. 13-6 overall, 7-1 in the conference, led by those two. And the interesting part is Herbert is the only senior in the starting lineup. So they are able to do things with a young team that could be, this could be a team that could be very powerful for years to come. And they still have a couple key pieces that were a part of the state championship team from a few years ago.
Bo Hundt joins us on the sidelines tonight. And Bo, it's only been 8 days since these two teams have seen each other. But in the back of Fairfield's mind, they have to know that point that Anj brought up earlier. Westview beat them the second time last year. So what kind of adjustments do you make? But as a coach, are you also defending against ghosts a little bit because you don't know what the other guy's going to do?
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things. You're always trying to improve week in and week out. And I think for Westview, the biggest thing is they got to find a way, without Bontrager, get the ball into the post. They got to get the ball in there so they can get some of those easier buckets. And then defensive-wise, I think they really need to control the tempo. And they might be able to do that on offense by maybe holding the ball a little bit and keeping it out of the hands of Herbert and Jones. I think that's the biggest things, guys.
Gee, where have we seen that before on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week? Should be a fun one here in the Falcons' Nest. Westview and Fairfield. We'll talk more about it as the Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame show rolls on. Next, we'll have our Lilliard Insurance Agency keys to win on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. The Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Ferret Custom Roll Forming, McInnes Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lilliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Tabsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors.
Shopping for tires used to make me want to blow a gasket. That was before I went to TireRack.com.
Tire Rack made it easy to find great tires at a great price. 2 years of free road hazard protection sealed the deal.
Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. Check this out. A technician brought my new tires right to the house. He's installing them now. All set. Thanks. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Experience the summer in style with decking from Big C Lumber. From the professional to the do-it-yourselfer, Big C will assist you through the entire deck planning process. Big C's selection of composite and PVC decking material offers durability and low maintenance, all while maintaining the look and feel of real wood. Our free delivery service ensures more of your budget is allocated toward your project. Revitalize your outdoor living space with Big C Lumber.
Let's be. Shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
With Surf Fiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by Health Markets with Tony Letcher. It's the right coverage at the right price. Back inside a populating Falcons nest. Crowd starting to roll in for this early girls game as we get you ready for this one with the Lilliard Insurance Agency. Keys to win. For Westview, they need to stop the transition game of the Fairfield Falcons. Fairfield very good at turning its defense into offense, and when they do that, they are tough to beat. Find the shooters. It didn't start this way for Fairfield this year, but they are an improved three-point shooting team. And take and make good shots. Westview hasn't had a problem with shot selection. The problem has been the ball going down the net, and if they can do that, they're okay. Fairfield has to take care of the ball. For such a good team, they still have a problem with turnovers, 17 a game. Tenacious D, not the Jack Black tribute band, but great defense. And play as one. When you play great defense, you're communicating, you're united in your movement. That's what Kyle Hartman wants to see from his team.
Let's check in on what the teams are wearing, brought to you by our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka. Fairfield is wearing white uniforms here tonight with blue numbers and trim. Westview will be wearing red uniforms this evening with gold letters, numbers, and trim. Those are what the teams are going to be wearing here tonight, brought to you by It's Tops in Mishawaka.
Got a little peek inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth as we get you ready for this one with the series history. Brought to us by our friends at OSMC. This is the 63rd meeting between these two teams. The first one was back in 1976. Westview leads the overall series by a count of 32-29. Fairfield won the last meeting just 8 days ago in the NECC tournament. When we come back, we'll get you ready for this one with the starting lineups. You're watching the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes fourth and long feel like first and goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by Ferret Custom Roll Forming. We form value. The two coaches in this game, Fairfield, as you're looking there, the bench on the left, and they are coached by Kyle Hartman, now in his third season with a record of 53-17. Westview is over on the right-hand side, and they are coached by Ryan Yoder, 46-90 in his sixth season. Time now for our national anthem. Fairfield Pep Band with our national anthem. Time now for the starting lineups. Here's Angelo Carlo.
All right, the Westview starters brought to you by Southwind Flooring. Janissa Lehman is a 5'6 senior guard, 9.9 points, 5.5 rebounds per game. Morgan Grossman, a 5'9 sophomore guard, 2.8 points per game. J.J. Whetstone, a 5'7 senior forward, 8.2 points, 4.5 rebounds per game. Bree Corey, a 5'11 senior forward, 11.5 points per game. She was our player of the game last year in this one. And Maddie Grossman is a 6'2 senior forward, 6.9 points, 5.8 rebounds per game. Southwind Flooring cheers on Westview. Visit their showroom located in Shipshewana or online at southwindflooring.com. Southwind Flooring, the perfect foundation to your dreams. The Fairfield starters brought to you by Fairfield Community Schools. Ava Herbert is a 5'10 senior guard, 12.7 points per game. She has 36 three-pointers on the season. We will see if Angelo can read anything else because the lights, as you can see, are out. So give me a second as I find my watch here. You got it there, Chuck? Thank you very much. What I was saying, let's go to Madison Jones, 5'10 junior forward, 18.8 points, 6.2 rebounds per game. Paige Park is a 5'7 sophomore forward, 7.3 points per game. Jenna Faught is a 5'2 sophomore guard, 1.5 points per game. And Macy Worthman, a 5'8 junior forward, 6.1 points, 5 rebounds per contest. And our starters, again, brought to you by Fairfield Schools, where they ensure all students learn and grow at high levels to be prepared for the future. Fairfield has a 100% graduation rate. Go Falcons.
When the lights come back on, we'll have a chance to introduce you to our officiating crew tonight. One little coincidence that we have here tonight is two of these officials worked the girls' game last year when we did it on Sports Michiana. So Scott Martin is working with Kent Lundy and Ryan Cummings. And as always, the IHSA looking for more officials in virtually every sport. If you are interested in getting into officiating, contact our buddy Jimmy Arnett at the St. Joe Valley Officials Association. Babsco is our sponsor for the opening tip-off. Ange told you, Westview in the red, Fairfield in the white. And our first quarter being brought to us by Mike's Garage Door. Morgan Grossman going to jump it up along with Madison Jones, and Westview wins the opening tip. Warriors are 11-7 on the season, 5-3 in the NECC. Their best win came over Lakeland, but they have no wins over teams with above 500 records. Fairfield opens in a 2-3 zone, and Morgan Grossman and Janissa Lehman have been playing catch on the outside for the Warriors. They get it down to J.J. Whetstone in the corner. Grossman, the one filling in the point guard role for the injured Olivia Bontrager, who has been out with a concussion and missed Tuesday's game against Angola. She played last week against Fairfield with a searing headache, and that's why she got looked at after the game, and she has not been back since. And they've been tinkering. They thought about going with Gloria Miller as the starter here tonight as well, so still trying to figure out how they replace the valuable product that Olivia Bontrager brings to the floor. That's Bree Corey on the outside. Corey wears number 41, calling for the ball on the high post. And she was our player of the game in the game last year on Sports Michiana. Good patience here by the Warriors against the 2-3 zone of Fairfield. After the game, we'll feature our Student Athletes of the Week presented by Tony Letcher. Tony is a lifelong resident of Michiana and a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you need insurance, Tony is your guy. Google Tony Letcher Health Markets to connect. Corey and Lehman miss shots. Madison Jones comes the other way for the 13-6 Fairfield Falcons, and they are in a bit of a hurry. 3 on the way, and that's nothing but the bottom of the net. That was from Jenna Faught, and it's sponsored by Fairfield Community Schools. So Faught, the 5'2 sophomore, hits her 7th three-pointer of the season. And Fairfield is on the board, and a turnover from Westview. Springer Dental Care voted best dental provider in Elkhart County. Get back on track with all your dental needs with 6 locations, including in Millersburg. Schedule your next visit at SpringerDentalCare.com. Go Falcons. Ava Herbert handles it up top for Fairfield. And that's Madison Jones. Pretty dynamic combo for these Falcons. It's Jones on the inside, Herbert on the outside. Jones will occasionally take a three, not this time though. Herbert certainly will, and connects. It's sponsored by Fairfield Community Schools. Her 37th three-pointer of the year. She hit 3 of those on Tuesday night in the Falcons' win over Central Noble.
They're averaging right around 4 or 5 three-pointers a game, but that has increased quite a bit. It was a lot lower earlier in the season and has gone up in the last several weeks.
Macy Worthman gets the steal there. Tried to go underneath to Jones, and it goes off her hands and out of bounds.
Thank you, Tire Rack, the scoreboard sponsor for the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. When it's time for new tires, go to TireRack.com. Their easy-to-use shopping tools will guide you to the right tires. Ship fast and free and backed by free road hazard protection. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
By the way, it's 6:02. Look at the crowd in this gym. But people always turn out for this rivalry. It is one of the tougher tickets around. This gym seats 1,999, according to the fire marshal. He might be here tonight to make it 2,000. Ball nearly knocked away from Corey. But look how far out Westview has to start its offense with Lehman. J.J. Whetstone now. Over to Grossman. And Morgan lost it. Here comes Fairfield the other way. Herbert threads the needle for the pass. It winds up to Fought. Now 3 on the way. Madison Jones short on that one. Herbert the rebound. Couldn't get it to go. And Westview comes out of there as Whetstone collects it. Warriors taking their time, down 6 midway through the first.
First quarter brought to you by Mike's Garage Door. They've been serving Michiana since 1990. They recently moved and opened a new expanded showroom that you can visit on US 6 in New Paris. Same great people, same great service with a bigger location to serve you better. Mike's Garage Door.
3 turnovers and 2 shots. Not exactly the great recipe that Ryan Yoder had hoped for his Westview team. But here's Corey taking the shot. She's going to wind up at the foul line where she's a 60% free throw shooter as she was fouled from behind.
Shipshawana-based KZ Recreation Vehicles is proud to support athletics in northern Indiana. KZ, a top RV manufacturer, is built on the foundation of integrity and family culture. Work for KZ and drive home with a sense of belonging, pride, and a great career. And they are a sponsor here tonight for our instant replays. But so far, with the pace of play, we have not been able to show you one of those at this point.
Grace Engel and Gloria Miller check into the game for Westview. It's Bree Corey at the line. She is an outstanding goalkeeper for the Westview soccer team as you look at Ryan Yoder over on the Westview bench, 2003 alum. Corey committed to Huntington University to play soccer. But she has been a solid basketball player, scoring 12 a game, and she has the first 2 of the night for the Warriors. Herbert directs traffic for this Fairfield team. Cross court, down low it goes. Nearly a travel by Page Park. Herbert kicks it back outside. Herbert thought about the 3, instead tries the baseline, gets cut off nicely. So she goes down low to Madison Jones, who can't connect on this one. Ball pops around, and Jones lays it in.
You know, I really like the defense by Westview in that possession. Unfortunately, they just couldn't get a rebound. And the multiple chance opportunities gives Fairfield the bucket, but the defense was up to par. Those were not easy attempts there by Fairfield by any means.
Corey down on the block, kicks it back outside. Open look for Gloria Miller, but she airballs it, and here comes Fairfield the other way. Jones on the break, gets it ahead to Page Park for the layup that's missed. Herbert gets the rebound, and she is fouled by Corey on the way up.
Free throws coming up, brought to you by Springer Dental Care of Millersburg.
You'll get another look here on the KZRV replay at the athleticism of Ava Herbert. That was a collision of future Huntington student athletes. We mentioned Corey is going there for soccer. Ava Herbert, a 1,000-point scorer in her career, is going there for basketball.
She's one of our Tony Letcher student athletes. We'll talk to her after this game. We'll air that between the 2 games. Patients trust OSMC because they deliver more than treatment. They provide care that's accessible, high quality, and transparent. Get the care you need when you need it. Visit OSMC.com or their OrthoCare walk-in clinic in Granger off University Drive.
Herbert averages 12.7 points per game. She already has 4 and misses on the free throw. But it's collected in the corner by Page Park. And we've got a whistle and a bump called against Westview.
AgTech Solutions cheers on Fairfield. As farmers have reimagined themselves, so have the companies that work with them. As an independent rep for Pioneer, AgTech Solutions is dedicated to serving farmers year-round with the most advanced technologies and localized expertise.
Foul was called on Grossman. Delaney Garrett in the game, wears number 5 for Fairfield, and she has the ball right now. Herbert for 3. Rims out, and the rebound comes to Corey, who gets about 7 of those per game.
Want to help your team look great? It's Tops Can Help. They're the official outfitter for a number of local schools and even Sports Michiana. They can do a lot more than just clothes. Learn more at itstops.net.
Corey really wants the ball on the high post against this 2-3 zone, but there just have not been a lot of openings for Grossman or Lehman to get her the ball. Lehman held her pivot foot. And now it's Morgan Grossman on the outside. As soon as Corey caught that ball in the high post, she was well covered.
Westview has 2 points, but still looking for their first field goal.
Minute 45 to go here in the first.
And the high percentage shots for them to get that first field goal have been hard to come by.
Just not a whole lot of movement against this 2-3 zone of Fairfield. Now Lehman tries to penetrate a little bit.
We just see how improved Fairfield is from a year ago.
Corey hoisted the 3, but couldn't get it to go. Here comes Fairfield the other way. They've managed to keep Westview one and done at the offensive end. Down on the baseline, that's Madison Jones short. And the rebound comes to Corey.
Champions aren't just on the court, they're at home too. Goshen Home Medical helps our community stay active and independent with durable medical equipment, respiratory supplies, and portable oxygen. Visit at 1501 South Main Street in Goshen. Goshen Home Medical, your comfort, your independence, our priority.
Fairfield switched to a man-to-man. Corey tried to take it to the hoop, couldn't. Parked the rebound. Fairfield on the move. Jones down the lane, drew the contact for Morgan Grossman. That's her second, and it'll send Madison Jones to the foul line for free throws sponsored by Springer Dental Care of Millersburg.
Westview School Corporation is dedicated to providing the best in academics, arts, and athletics for all our students. Excellence is our tradition at Westview. Go Warriors.
Jones, a 66% foul shooter as you look at Kyle Hartman over on the Fairfield bench, a Dwenger and Bethel alum. And Jones hits the first. Madison, a terrific three-sport athlete, as you see Maddie Miller check in now for Fairfield. Jones plays volleyball, and boy, does she play softball. Batted .562 with 12 homers last season. Wow. Goes 1 of 2 in that trip to the stripe, and the ball is out of bounds to Fairfield.
Well, even on free throws, Fairfield fighting for those loose balls. That's one of the biggest differences in this game so far has been Fairfield's ability to dominate the boards on both ends of the floor, getting multiple chance opportunities on the offensive side and then making Westview go one and done on the defensive end.
And there's another offensive rebound, loose one to Paige Park. It sets up Jones to come down the lane. She went bowling for dollars and didn't get anything. I guess you'd call that an open frame. Let's see if Westview decides to hold for the last shot. Morgan Grossman, her sister Maddie wears 43, and that's who has the ball now. Fairfield student body trying to chase Westview into an early shot, and they did. Corey misfires. The rebound collected by Fairfield, but it will bank in. Maddie Treat. Now the officials will discuss this to make sure that it went off in time. Ryan Yoder doesn't think it did. And it's a 3 for Treat. You'll get another look from KZRB. Her 8th of the year puts Fairfield up 13-2 after 1 on Sports Michiana.
My name's Elizabeth, and I've been a member of the Notre Dame Credit Union for about 37 years. I had been driving a Prius, and I liked the Prius. But unfortunately, I live on a hill, and when it snows, I had a problem. So I called the credit union and told them I needed a new car. We did everything over the phone and the internet, picked up the car, and it was all done in less than a week. I would recommend the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union without question.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tire Rack. TireRack.com is the way tire buying should be. We go downstairs for a Patrick Sideline report. Bo Hundt, what's impressed you the most about this Fairfield squad in the first 8 minutes?
Well, I think the biggest thing, we talked about it pregame a little bit, was their ability to hit that outside shot. You know, of course, one of them was a half-court shot there at the end of the quarter, but 3 3-pointers in that first quarter. Westview went to a zone that whole quarter. They loved man-to-man, but they had to do something different to try to keep them outside. Problem is, Fairfield's hitting their threes. Westview's not hitting any buckets, guys.
Yeah, there's nothing that'll draw you out of a zone more than 3-point shots being hit.
Well, no question. 9 of their 13 points being hit on those 3-pointers. And, you know, like Bo mentioned, the backbreaker for Westview is a near half-court shot at the end that makes it that much more troublesome. So, certainly difficult first quarter for Westview, to say the least. They're hoping for a better second quarter, brought to you by St. Joseph County Police Department. Ava Herbert back in the game now after sitting out the last 45 seconds of that first quarter.
Well rested. Maddie Treat couldn't hit the baseline shot, but another offensive rebound, this one by Macy Worthman for Fairfield. The Falcons are absolutely owning the glass in the first 9 minutes of this one.
Yeah, we're not keeping track of that stat tonight, but we can tell you very much. It's very lopsided.
Now a kick by Westview. It was not called as a kick, and so play goes on.
This is how it's not going their way. Kick doesn't get called, and you still didn't gain possession on it.
Herbert outside, tried to penetrate. Instead, threw it away.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
So Westview still looking for its first field goal of the game, a minute into the second quarter. Janissa Lehman on the drive, lost the handle. Fairfield likes to go in transition, and Herbert kicks it outside to Treat for 3. Airballs it, and here comes J.J. Whetstone and the Warriors.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Fairfield Schools, leading the way with the highest graduation rates and top iRead scores in Elkhart County. That graduation rate, 100%. Excellent. Starts at Fairfield. Go Falcons.
Lehman to Whetstone for 3. J.J. finds the mark. J.J. with her 20th three-pointer of the season, the 5'7" senior averaging 8 a game, and a desperately needed break of the seal on offense for Westview. Herbert tries to answer, too strong, and the rebound collected by Bree Corey. She gets tied up, held ball, alternating possession. That'll go to Westview.
Big C Lumber is the best choice for your next home improvement project. Family owned for over 100 years. They know the ins and outs of every home project you need completed, and our knowledgeable sales staff will help you get the job done. See the difference a culture of caring can make at Big C Lumber.
You take a look at Ryan Yoder in front of that Westview bench. Served as an assistant to Rob Yoder on the boys team. And his stepfather, many of you may remember as a heck of a basketball player and coach, Troy Neely. Played his basketball at Jimtown as a 1,000-point scorer there, and then went on to win 2 state championships as the boys basketball coach at Westview.
Great lineage on really all 4 teams. When we talk about Brody Garber and what he will possess coming up in the boys game, of course, the former girls coach here at Fairfield.
Janissa Lehman for 3. That'll go.
Well,
Lehman with her 14th 3 of the season, the senior averaging 10 a game. Suddenly Westview's right back in it, trailing by 5 with a 6-0 lead here in the quarter.
And again, we go back to what happened last year. Westview hung around long enough that they believed, and then they pulled off the upset.
One problem Fairfield has had right now is they haven't been able to get Madison Jones on track, and they seem to be settling for 3-point shots a lot. Treat took that one, and it rimmed out on her.
Well, they hit the first 2 of the game, and then outside of that, their only other made shot from 3 was obviously a half-court heave, so the traditional ones have not been going for the most part.
Corey manages to bat that ball back to Morgan Grossman. She managed to just not quite go over and back. Ryan Yoder wanted a foul called defensively. There has not been one called this quarter. That pass tried to get through too many white jerseys. Here comes Fairfield the other way. Maddie Miller down the baseline. There's a bumping foul, and it's called on Janissa Lehman, her first.
Locally owned Central Automotive in downtown South Bend is your answer for oil changes, brakes, air conditioning repair, general maintenance, and more. Check them out at Lafayette and Colfax. Central Automotive, we're here for all your automotive needs.
Ryan Yoder still talking about the lack of a foul call at half court. Now we'll get a timeout called. It is sponsored by AgTech Solutions. 4:23 to go first half. Falcons by 5 on Sports Michiana.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless. For over 100...
Some say hustle and heart don't mix. But at Patrick, we prove otherwise every day. We're bold in our ambition and grounded in respect. Here, leadership is a mindset and every voice matters. Built on integrity, fueled by collaboration, and united by purpose, we're stronger together. This is Patrick. We are better together.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by Ferret Custom Roll Forming. We form value. 13-8 in favor of Fairfield, but they have not scored here in the second quarter. 4:23 remaining before halftime. Lob into Madison Jones, and that is something Fairfield needed to get her going offensively. She has 5, and that snaps the drought for the Falcons.
Well, it's a good timeout and play set up to get things rolling here to, Westview was on a bit of a roll, right? They had not scored a field goal. Then they get back-to-back three-pointers, pull themselves within 5. You call the timeout. You get the set play inside to one of your big playmakers. You get the bucket, and suddenly you're back up by 7.
Take a look at Janissa Lehman, 3-sport athlete. She's an all-conference softball player at Westview. Corey turns and hits. Just the confidence you see in the Westview shots. Once one went down, all of a sudden they're starting to drop for the Warriors. And they're back in this game, trailing by 5. Madison Jones down low to Macy Worthman. Ava Herbert for 3. It wouldn't go. Rims out on her, ball out of bounds to Fairfield.
Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, provides ISO certified quality with unparalleled service and support. At Ferret Custom Roll Forming, we form value. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com.
Herbert gets the ball back after inbounding it, drives in and scores. A little give and go to Ava Herbert, and the senior now with 6. Meanwhile, Westview works its way out of the trap. Corey can't hit that one. Jones with a beautiful one-handed rebound. And Fairfield starting to get Westview to press the tempo a little bit. But a good steal there by Lehman to thwart the Falcons in transition.
Although Westview has played better when they've played more up-tempo so far, so that's helped. The one thing that has not helped is if Westview misses a shot, they're not getting a rebound right now. And part of that is Corey's the one that's taking the shots from the outside. She's probably the one that would give them the best chance to get a rebound inside.
Lehman had one offensive rebound off of Westview's first shot of the game, and since then, they've been blanked on the offensive glass.
Looking to buy or sell a home, McKinnis Realty is where service comes first. Family and veteran-owned, they proudly serve our community heroes through the Homes for Heroes program, helping you save when you buy or sell. Learn more at McKinnisRealty.com.
Fairfield went back to that 2-3 zone, and a travel called against Westview. Memphis Bontrager, the junior, couldn't handle the ball well there, so she'll come out. And Gloria Miller and Maddie Grossman come back in for the Warriors.
Yeah, and a reminder again, if you're just tuning in, Westview without their point guard here tonight, Olivia Bontrager, so that makes things difficult in so many different ways to adjust. She's been out with a concussion, so our prayers are with her that she's back healthy and back in school soon.
Madison Jones gets another layup. The junior now with 7. That leads Fairfield, and Fairfield with a 9-point advantage.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, the financial institution of choice for Sports Michiana, plus hundreds of churches and schools. Utilize their unique Elevate tools to help raise funds and drive your mission. Learn more at NotreDameFCU.com/elevate.
Good hustle and transition by Janissa Lehman to knock that ball away. And timeout going to be called by Westview. It's sponsored by AgTech Solutions. 1:51 to go first half. 19-10 Fairfield on Sports Michiana.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes 4th and long feel like 1st and goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by Reliance. They're uniquely crafted to fit your lifestyle. Little one here at the Falcons' Nest. Perhaps very similar to Jaden Hartman, the little 5-month-old baby of Kyle Hartman, the head coach of Fairfield. And I said, does Jaden wear those kind of headphones at the game? He goes, most games it's not necessary. It will be this Friday.
Already feel the excitement in this one, and they're going to count that one.
Madison Jones with the bucket and the bump right there. And she'll try to get the old-fashioned three-point play. You'll get another look at this one from KZRV.
Tell you what, Westview has not really caught a break in this one. They've struggled at times, but at the same time, that one you wouldn't think was going to go in. It did. And then they had the three-pointer at the end of the first quarter. That's a 5-point swing so far in this game that could have made a big difference. Instead, it's now a 12-point lead here for Fairfield.
Jones with 7 points in the quarter. They all came after Westview had cut it to 5 and another Warrior turnover.
And after that timeout that they called to kind of reset things and get her set up inside. Since 1959, Patrick Industries in Elkhart has empowered outdoor enthusiasts to achieve next-level recreation experiences. Patrick is a proud supporter of our local teams and athletes, empowering excellence on and off the court.
And they go down to Jones one more time. She smartly kicks it back outside, and a 3-second violation called on Fairfield. Macy Worthman thought Jones was going to kick the ball down to her. When she didn't, she kind of stared her down, and then the next thing you know, that was the 3 seconds. By the way, that's the first time that's been called since 1975.
Actually, we had one last game, didn't we?
I think so.
I think we did.
It's not something you see frequently.
But then again, our last game, they were holding the ball like it was 1975 for a good chunk of that game. Goshen Warsaw boys last week.
Big win for Warsaw. They go to McCune Gym tonight. Here's Janissa Lehman on the drive. 12-point advantage for Fairfield as we hit the final 65 seconds of the first half.
Thanks to Wings Etc. and Goshen for feeding our crew tonight with their delicious cheeseburgers and fries. Wings Etc. proudly cheers on Fairfield. Stop in just off US 33 in Goshen. Good times, good food, great times. Wings Etc. That was packed over there.
They would settle for great food, good times. Here's Corey backing her lip. Oh, what a shot! Bree Corey with the underhand scoop and bump. And she'll go to the line for the three-point play. You can hang the star on this one from KZRV.
Well, if it wasn't for the fact that there was a half-court heave at the end of the first quarter, I think this would have been another contender for the Big C Lumber play of the game. But instead, Bree Corey is going to just have to settle for a nice KZRV replay there and an opportunity for a three-point play and get her team back within single digits.
You see an underhand scoop shot like that, you think they're going to have to stop the game to get the ball out of the peach basket.
That was a heck of a play.
And now Corey, 60% foul shooter. Held to 6 last week against Fairfield. She already has that many against the Falcons tonight. Still a 10-point advantage for the Fairfield Falcons, and Kyle Hartman saying he wants to hold for the last shot of the half. Jenna Fought directing traffic up top. You see the clock at the bottom of the screen on the TireRack.com scoreboard. Jones has had the hot hand this quarter. She drives the lane and gets 2 more. Madison Jones just putting on a show here in the first half. Grossman's 3 goes awry, and Kyle Hartman and the Falcons will head to the locker room with a 24-12 lead on Westview in this one. And as the teams get ready to go off, we get ready to go downstairs to Bo Hundt. He'll have a Patrick sideline report once Coach Hartman gets over by him.
Coach Hartman trying to figure out what water bottle he wants to bring with him to the locker.
Now that he's made that specific choice, we join Bo.
Kyle, you guys go in up by halftime, up by 12. Really, that zone defense kind of threw you guys, I think, at the first. You guys were settling for three-pointers, but then you guys went back to the 2 inside in the second quarter. Just your thoughts.
Yeah, we settled for threes a little bit. I mean, if they're open, we got to shoot them, though, and that's the hard part of it. If you're open, you got to shoot the basketball. We got to get stops and get out in transition, get some easy stuff so we don't have to settle for that 3. But we finally worked the ball a little bit down there and got some inside stuff. So, you know, a little bit slow start here and there, some stretches, but I'm hoping to get this thing going here in the second half. It starts on defense, though, for us.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks, guys.
Back to you guys.
All right, stick around, everybody. A lot to talk about at halftime, including our Tom's Car Care Center halftime highlights. And we'll take you around the area with the McKinnis Realty scoreboard. It's all next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Rates keep going up. Oh.
Dramatic increases in parts, labor, and medical care are causing auto insurance rates to soar nationwide. Lilliard's Insurance can protect you from auto rate increases with our available rate lock feature. And because Lilliard's Insurance is a local business, you get better service and deal with actual people. Hi, I'm Matt Lilliard. Call or text us today to see if you qualify.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low. I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done.
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community. The Fairfield cheerleaders entertaining the crowd inside the Falcons' nest here at the half. And we welcome you high above the fray to the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Chuck Freeby and Angelo Carlo with you tonight. Thoughts on that first half?
Well, it started with the rebounding of Fairfield on both ends that really dominated things. And then once Westview got back in it, that critical timeout by Fairfield to set things up for Madison Jones. Then she got rolling, and Fairfield just was able to build the lead back out to 12 points. 24-12 at the break. Let's show you how it got to be this way with our Tom's Car Care Center halftime highlights. Ava Herbert hit one of a couple three-pointers right off the bat for Fairfield. They grabbed a 6-0 lead in this one. And then Maddie Treat with a half-court heave at the end of the first quarter. The bank is open on a Friday night, and they had a sizable lead going to the second quarter. That's when Madison Jones started to light it up. She leads all scorers, but Bree Corey trying to keep Westview in it with this scoop and harm. And right now it's 24-12. In favor of Fairfield. When we come back, we'll take you around the area
or at least the best we can at 6:15. With our McInnes Realty Around the Area halftime report comes your way next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
With SurfFiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by McInnes Realty. It's realty with a purpose. 24-12, Fairfield leading Westview here at the break. And we get ready to take you around the area with the McInnes Realty Around the Area scoreboard. College basketball tonight. Indiana leading Rutgers in the first half, 31-17. Darian DeVries' squad really could use a Big Ten road win. On the high school scene, well, there's not a lot that we can tell you from what's happened yet other than postponements. There have been, and if you're watching this game over in Elkhart or LaGrange County, you're saying postponements. What's the problem? I'm telling you, St. Joe County right now is a mess. So is LaPorte County, which is why Michigan City and LaPorte got postponed tonight. That's going to be played on Monday. Penn and St. Joe on the boys' side postponed. And Marion and Riley on the boys' side postponed. And then up in Michigan, quite a few. Berrien Springs at Buchanan was postponed. Niles at Three Rivers. Brandywine had its homecoming game with Dowagiac postponed. So all those got knocked off the board. So I'm looking at the best boys' games in the area besides the one that we have on Sports Michiana tonight. It would probably have to be that intriguing battle between Northwood and Goshen.
Yeah.
Over in Goshen Gym.
No, yeah, because Goshen coming off the loss last week. Northwood's been all over the place so far this year. Their record in league play is pretty decent, and Goshen got surprised maybe a little bit by Warsaw last week. How can they bounce back with a veteran lineup? I think that's a great game, but like you mentioned, we lost some of the good games over in the NIC that was expected. Elkhart Adams is happening here tonight, but really the best game of the night is the one that is coming up here at Fairfield, the boys game between Fairfield and Westview, a top 10 matchup coming up right after our girls game ends.
But first, we got to wrap up this girls game. Fairfield leads at 24-12. That's been the McInnes Realty Around the Area scoreboard. Second half play-by-play and a check-in with Bo Hundt comes your way next on Sports Michiana.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, putting people over profits. We toss it downstairs to Bo Hundt for Patrick's sideline report. What Ryan Yoder have to say about the first half?
Well, they came out late because they were doing adjustments, so I didn't get a chance to talk to them. But I think one of the biggest things he probably talked about was the zone's working, and they kept them outside. That's what I talked to Kyle about as well. But they kind of collapsed, or didn't collapse a little bit there in the second quarter, late in the second quarter, to really keep them from driving. And the other thing was hitting shots. They found the confidence in the second quarter that they didn't have in the first quarter, but they have to continue that here in the second half, guys.
And they have to start stacking some of these defensive stops. Third quarter being brought to us by our friends at Goshen Home Medical. Inside, the ball goes to Macy Worthman. She put it down low to Park, and Paige Park is going to go to the foul line for free throws, sponsored by Springer Dental Care of Millersburg.
Southwind Flooring cheers on the Warriors. Visit their showroom located in Shipshewana or online at southwindflooring.com. Southwind Flooring, the perfect foundation to your dreams.
Paige Park, three-sport athlete here at Fairfield High School, 55% foul shooter, missed the first. 5'7" sophomore, is the dad of the former, or her dad is the former Goshen football coach. And lived up to that 55%, hit 1 out of 2. Fairfield with its biggest lead of the night at 13, applying full court pressure here to Westview, trying to get a kill shot here early in the third.
Good job there by J.J. Whetstone breaking the press.
Corey now. Thought she might try to take Worthman one-on-one there, but she didn't. Westview working out its spacing right now, trying to give Lehman some room to penetrate.
Thank you to Tony Letcher for his incredible support of Sports Michiana. Tony, licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you're looking for assistance with Medicare, family, or individual health insurance, Google Tony Letcher Health Markets or visit tletcher.com. And, of course, we will have our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week. That is airing between games this evening.
Boy, Corey had a good look there on the give and go from Lehman, but just couldn't get it to drop. And it's really been the story of the month here for Westview. Meanwhile, at the other end, the three missed by Jenna Fott. Rebound put up no good, and here comes Westview the other way. But the Warriors have really struggled with their shooting here in the month of January.
Yeah, really nice start to the season. Losses have piled up a little bit here in the second half of the season.
And they knew the second half was going to be tougher. They looked at their schedule and knew that the second half of the season was going to be tougher, but it's only accentuated by the loss of their point guard, Olivia Bontrager.
Springer Dental Care, voted best dental provider in Elkhart County. Get back on track with all your dental needs with 6 locations, including in Millersburg. Schedule your next visit at springerdentalcare.com. Go Falcons.
Meanwhile, Kyle Hartman on the Fairfield bench, hoping his team can come away with at least a share of the Northeast Corner Conference title. We'll show you the standings at the next dead ball as they are finding themselves in a three-way deadlock for first right now. 3 on the way from Jenna Fott is off the mark, and the ball tipped out of bounds. It'll go to Westview. But let's look at those NECC girls standings, and you'll see that Fremont, Fairfield, Eastside all tied at 7-1. And the unique thing there is it's a true triangle. They have all gone 1-1 against each other.
They decided about point differential, how they decide the champion there?
They actually spend the money to get more trophies, unlike some conferences I know.
We actually have to double check what the rule is this year. I don't know if they dropped that or not over in the NIC. Alex Daniel wasn't sure either when we talked earlier.
Why would he be?
Hey, our third quarter brought to you by Goshen Home Medical. Champions aren't just on the court, they're at home too. Goshen Home Medical helps our community stay active and independent with durable medical equipment. respiratory supplies, and portable oxygen. Visit at 1501 South Main Street in Goshen. Goshen Home Medical, your comfort, your independence, our priority. Almost needed some portable oxygen, laughing so hard.
Foul was called on Jenna Fott. That's her second. Foul was called on the floor, so Westview will have to inbound underneath its offensive basket. Corey pops loose outside, gets it right back to Whetstone for three, and it goes over the top of the backboard. Ryan Yoder wanted a foul call there, and there was nothing to be seen.
Well, that could explain the angle that projected into the top of the backboard. Anyway, tires matter. They're only part of your vehicle that touches the road. They really matter right now, too. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you need, Tire Rack makes it easy. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Corey gets in there and is able to make the steal. And now let's see if Westview can cash it out. Corey thought about taking the three. Now Corey down on the low block, goes up and in. Maddie Treat was trying to draw a charge there, but there was not enough contact, and Bree Corey now with 8 to lead the Warriors.
First field goal for either team here in the second half.
Ball is lost, nearly out of bounds, and now a foul is called on Westview. It'll be called on J.J. Whetstone.
Mike's Garage Door has been serving Michiana since 1990. They recently moved and opened a new expanded showroom that you can visit on US 6 in New Paris. Same great people, same great service with a bigger location to serve you better. Mike's Garage Doors. You take a look at the replay, brought to you by KZRV.
Right at the feet of our floor photographer, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Jones goes up into the body of Morgan Grossman, draws the third foul on Morgan. And Maddie Jones will go to the line for free throws sponsored by Springer Dental Care of Millersburg.
Shipshewana-based KZ RV is proud to support athletics in northern Indiana. KZ, a top RV manufacturer built on the foundation of integrity and family culture. Work for KZ and drive home with a sense of belonging, pride, and a great career.
You see Gloria Miller checking back into the lineup for Westview, taking the place of Maddie Grossman. Meanwhile, Madison Jones, 13 points so far tonight. She had 20 in the game against Westview last week. The All-Northeast Corner Conference player hits another one. Falcons doing a pretty good job at the foul line tonight, too, and they're back up by 13. Good drive by Lehman, kicking it back outside to Miller, and it's not Miller time that time as Treat gets the rebound.
Getting toasty here in the Falcon nest.
Down low the ball goes, and laid up and in by Paige Park. Park with her first basket of the night, the sophomore averaging 7 points a game. And Fairfield now with its biggest lead. And a Westview turnover will aid and abet the Falcon cause.
At OSMC, you're not just treated, you're cared for, guided from diagnosis. That's 3 games in a row, Chuck. Through recovery with clarity and trust, get the care you need when you need it. Visit OSMC.com or their OrthoCare walk-in clinic in Granger off University Drive. I rate these. I could help myself out. I don't.
I think I could make the diagnosis. Here's Treat for 3 in the corner. It's an air ball, and it's knocked out of bounds by Fairfield.
Don't think OSMC treats that type of diagnosis.
Meanwhile, Ryan Yoder wants to get a timeout. It's sponsored by AgTech Solutions. Midway through the third, 29-14 Fairfield on Sports Michiana.
You'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
Friends, this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Patrick. They've been empowering outdoor enthusiasts since 1959. Hey, there's somebody getting the surf internet right there at the Falcons' nest.
Watching the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. I like what they're doing here.
That's a wise young man right there. Somebody with wisdom beyond his years.
He knows how to get himself on TV.
Well, that's another part of being wise.
Yeah. And now, look, he's watching himself on TV. They're very excited about that.
Fairfield continuing the backcourt pressure here against Westview. Janissa Lehman on the drive, gets around it. Lehman kicks it down to Gloria Miller. Here's Corey. Almost had a step-on treat. Instead had to kick it back outside. Corey now for three. Ring it up. Bree Corey averages 11.5 a game. She has 11. Her 12th game in double figures this season. As Westview will not go gently into that very cold good night. Meanwhile, on the other side, Fairfield trying to solve the sagging 2-3 zone of Westview. Delaney Garrett, the freshman, to Ava Herbert for three. It's sponsored by Fairfield Community Schools. The second three of the night for Herbert. And Fairfield back on top. Loose underneath and getting the layup is Gloria Miller. First transition basket we've seen from the Warriors tonight.
AgTech Solutions is committed to adapting to changes and serving farmers today, tomorrow, and years from now. AgTech Solutions works side by side in the most complex and rewarding industry on earth, farming. Go Falcons! And we've got an AgTech Solutions timeout, but after a Fairfield Community Schools three-pointer, we will take a timeout and be back with the final 2:31 of the third quarter right after this on Sports Michiana.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless. Chuck Freeby, Angelo, Carlo, Hundt with you at the packed Falcons Nest, where the Fairfield girls, looking for win number 14 of the year, have a 35-19 lead on Westview in this Northeast Corner Conference tilt.
3 triples now on the night for Ava Herbert after that one right before the AgTech Solutions timeout.
12 points, and once again, the combo of Jones and Herbert has been dynamic tonight. They have a combined 26 of Fairfield's 35 points.
Right on pace, average about 31 between the two.
Corey couldn't get that one to drop. Ball out of bounds, knocked away by Fairfield, so Westview will keep it. Falcons will go to the bench, and they'll bring Maddie Miller back into the game along with Macy Worthman. Westview just trying to get something on track, but Maddie Grossman's shot goes awry, nearly a steal by Whetstone. And it'll be the freshman Garrett who brings it back up the floor. Now with Herbert getting the rest on the bench, where does the offense come from for Fairfield? Could be right there with Maddie Jones.
I don't think she's content, even though her number is 14, to be at 14 points. So I wouldn't be surprised if she'll like to get the ball inside here.
Meanwhile, good defense here by Westview, forcing Fairfield to take its time. Now it comes to Madison Jones for three, but that's off the mark. Another offensive rebound. This one hustled down by Maddie Miller.
And we talked about it from the get-go, and it's stayed the same. And Westview has not been able to adjust to be able to win that rebounding battle.
And granted, it is tougher to rebound out of a zone as that ball goes out of bounds off of Westview and stays with Fairfield, and Lehman will come back in for the Warriors. One of the reasons it's tougher to rebound out of a zone is you just don't have a body right next to you to match up with. The ball's going to go somewhere loose. It comes inside to Madison Jones. She kicks it right back outside. Under a minute to go here in the third. Bo, I want to come to you for a second here because I like the movement that Fairfield is getting in its offense against this zone defense. And it pays off here with the layup by Maddie Tree.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is they made such an adjustment in the second quarter, about halfway through, moving the ball, making a better adjustment with that zone that Westview was playing. And the biggest thing is it's the movement away from the ball. They started moving a little bit better, getting inside and understanding lanes against the zone, guys.
Read somewhere this week where in the course of a ball game, 95% of a player's time will be without the ball in their hands. So what you're doing without the ball can have a huge impact on the game. It's been that way for Fairfield tonight as they hold for the last shot. You see the clock down at the bottom of the TireRack.com scoreboard. Jones will hoist the three, but come up empty. And the third quarter has come to an end. But the Fairfield Falcons seem to be on pace to keep their share of the Northeast Quarter Conference lead. They have a 37-19 lead on Westview in this girls basketball clash on Sports Michiana.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Why is Babsco the premier electrical distributor? Because they have breakers, boxes, switches, resets, clamps, tapes, relays, covers, timers, batteries, wires, labels, ballast, heat shrink, fixtures, plugs, tubing, lamps, load centers, and conduit. You can do it with Babsco Supply. With 2 locations in Elkhart and Warsaw. Visit Babsco.com. Babsco Supply, where they have everything.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by the Lilliot Insurance Agency. Drove by there today. I can verify they are real people with real service and real value.
And they work real hours. I drove by them too. They were still there.
Fourth quarter being brought to us by our friends at the Westview School Corporation.
Westview School Corporation, dedicated to providing the best in academics, arts, and athletics for all our students. Excellence is our tradition at Westview. Go Warriors.
Bill Bostain, the athletic director over there. Another great staff. They just hired a new superintendent, I believe. So congratulations to all the folks over there at Westview. Of course, we always look forward to the track season when we would see our guy Noah Bontrager, who has had such a brilliant career. Ball going down low to Macy Worthman, and she travels. Couldn't decide whether she wanted to go left or right.
Sports Michiana's apparel is courtesy of our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka. Clothes, office supplies, mugs. If you want to put your logo on something, odds are It's Tops can make it happen. Locally run since 1976, It's Tops gives you the personalized attention you deserve. Learn more at itstops.net.
Can't decide whether to go left or right on the basketball court, you get called for traveling. You do it in a roundabout, well, nothing happens. Here's Whetstone for 3. It's short. Kick back out. There's a rare offensive rebound for Westview, and Corey takes advantage of it. Bree Corey with 13 to lead the Warriors.
That might be their second offensive rebound of the game. Max third. That has definitely been what the Achilles heel above all else here tonight.
Westview going to stay in that zone, and Fairfield going to take its time. Treat back outside to Maddie Miller. And Miller loses the handle on it out of bounds. And one wonders how long Kyle Hartman will keep Madison Jones on the bench here in the fourth, because a couple key mistakes by some of the Fairfield reserves here in the early stages of the fourth.
But at the same time, it's a good learning opportunity, because there are going to be points in the season, regular season, but certainly perhaps in the postseason where she could get into foul trouble, and you're going to have to play without her. How do you adjust?
On next dead ball, we'll talk about that postseason a little bit as Whetstone misses on the 3. Rebound put up and in by Maddie Grossman, her first basket of the night for the 6'2 senior. So Westview cuts it to 14. Treat driving the baseline. Back outside, they find Herbert in the corner. A little surprised she didn't take the 3 right there, but I think Kyle Hartman wants to work some clock. Garrett denied by Grossman. Herbert gets tied up. Held ball, alternating possession will go to Fairfield. While the Falcons go to the bench, a reminder that on Sunday it'll be the postseason tournament draw from the IHSA Champions Network. The coverage on IHSA.org begins at 6 p.m., and the only place you can see that draw is on IHSA TV. And, of course, if you're a girls basketball team or fan around the state, as Herbert hits her fourth three of the night and sponsored by Fairfield Community Schools, you'll be watching to see that draw.
Right smack in the conference championship games for the NFL.
Well, that'll happen. Corey misses the three. Whetstone tried for the steal and couldn't quite get it. Herbert with a hot hand tonight. She's got 15. And you'll meet her coming up in our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athlete of the Week segment between games.
Ranked number 1 in the Fairfield senior class.
Lost the handle going down the lane. And a timeout called by Kyle Hartman, sponsored by AgTech Solutions. We'll take it as well on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to really rub me the wrong way. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's tire decision guide made it easy to find the right tires. Talk about secret sauce. You might ask, well, you bought them. Now how are you going to put them on? No problem. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose one that does mobile installation. A technician brought the tires right to my house. He's installing them now. Almost finished, Herb. Take your time. I'm just marinating. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Yes, I was just in a bad car accident. I need help.
I'm in a call center. How am I supposed to help you? Did you buy this insurance over the interweb?
Yes.
You think this can wait till after my lunch break?
No, your lunch can wait.
When this happens, you'll understand why it's important to have a local agent. The Lilliard Insurance Agency is just that agency. We're a local agency and we're here to take care of you. Call the Lilliard Agency today.
Sports Michiana Game of the Week brought to you in part by Babsco, your trusted electrical distributor. Ava Herbert's been electric in this game, and she misses the layup there. But the rebound comes back out to Fairfield. That's been one of the big stories of this game as Herbert reconnects on a three, but can't hit. And it'll be Westview coming the other way.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes, everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital X-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Or give them a call. They'll get back to you. Could be a new motto.
Also, tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Fairfield Schools, where they ensure all students learn and grow at high levels. To be prepared for the future, Fairfield has a 100% graduation rate. Go Falcons.
17-point lead for Fairfield midway through the final quarter of this one. Janissa Lehman for Westview. Tried to throw it to J.J. Whetstone, but it went off her shin. Turnovers have been a problem for Westview tonight. Meanwhile, Fairfield moving the ball around. Falcons won by 25 last Thursday over the same Westview team. Here's a three on the way by Maddie Miller that misfires, but Macy Worthman is there. Got the bucket in the bump. Her first basket of the night for the 5'8 junior. She'll go to the line for free throws sponsored by Sprinter Dental Care of Millersburg. And Westview makes some substitutions here. Worthman at the line, 72% free throw shooter. She was a member of the state title team back in 2023. She'll check out after hitting the free throw. And the Warriors will bring it up, trailing by 20. Whetstone outside. Grossman. For Ryan Yoder's team, it doesn't get any easier. They have to play Northwood on Tuesday night as that ball gets knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to Fairfield. Meanwhile, Fairfield will play host to Bethany Christian on Monday. That's a non-conference game for the Falcons. 3:10 to go in this one. Don't forget we've got coverage of the boys game coming up afterwards. We mentioned we'll have our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week between games as well. And as this one ends, we'll have our Reliance player and Dixie Lumber play of the game as Paige Park gets a little hook shot there, and she has 5.
But really, all eyes certainly will be on that draw on Sunday because only 1 week left here in the regular season.
Oh, we mentioned what
for girls
a tough sectional it is for Fairfield that they're in. As the 3 is hit that time by Gloria Miller. For Gloria, that's her 9th three-pointer of the year, and the junior, who only averages 2.5 points per game, has 5 here tonight.
And they are starting to pack it in here.
Finding the nooks and crannies here at the Falcons' nest. Herbert with another 3. That one misfires.
That's fine. You guys sit there, but you need enough space to operate.
And Herbert will try again. And that one won't go. She has scurried down to a stone-cold picnic here in the 4th. Not even Maddie Miller can get the rebound shot. And Westview will come the other way. Big win in the NIC last night for the Penn girls as Christy Ulrich's team collected its first conference title in 5 years with a win over St. Joe. And you talk about future dates coming up. Next Tuesday night, Penn and Northridge meet, and it'll be interesting to see how that game plays out because that's a potential regional game, although I'm sure Warsaw would have a lot to say about that the other end. There's the 3, sponsored by the Fairfield Community Schools from Jenna Faught, her 2nd of the night. And a timeout taken by Ag Tech Solutions, so both teams can get some substitutes in. They're not going to take a break here. Or, nope, Westview isn't going to take a break, so Fairfield can't.
Is that the rule?
Yeah. Right. Westview is the one who called the timeout, so if they decide, well, we're not stopping, then you're not going to stop. But Fairfield is in the Tippecanoe Valley sectional. And you look at the teams in there, Columbia City, probably the favorite, but Fairfield and Tippecanoe Valley, both at around the 14-win mark. Valley had to play Warsaw last night, which, as we all know, is no treat. Here's Lehman rattling it home. Janessa Lehman now with 5 tonight. And Fairfield will slowly walk it up the floor. Westview, by the way, will play in the Lakeland sectional. That's where Eastside, one of the co-leaders of the Northeast Corner Conference, will be the favorite as well. Falcons trying to drain the last 20 seconds of this one. "15 points from Ava Herbert, but a big 14 from Madison Jones, including 7 in the second quarter, helping to make the difference. And Fairfield, their fans on the feet, as they prevail over Westview in this one by a final score of 48-28. We'll take a break, and when we come back, you'll hear from our Reliance player of the game. It's next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McKinnis Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McKinnis Realty today at 574-271-3440.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products. Personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tom's Car Care Center, the Coffee Spot Cafe, and the Waterworks Car Wash. 3 great services in one great place. Back inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth with my business and broadcast partner, Angelo Carlo, Chuck Freeby. 48-28 the final as the Falcon girls win. Let's go downstairs, meet our Reliance player of the game, standing by now with Bo Hundt.
Standing by with our player of the game, Madison Jones. 14 points tonight. Just talk about this game in particular. You just played them a week ago, and just talk about the differences between that game and this game.
They definitely came out a lot harder. We knew they would because, getting beat by 30. But, yeah, they came out harder, and we weren't ready for it at first. So the second quarter, we just had to come out stronger.
Yeah, that second quarter, you put up 7 points just in that quarter alone of your 14. Just what was the adjustment you guys made in that quarter?
They were playing zone, so we changed the way we were running our offense. We had people high, so it pulled their defense up. But, yeah, that's the adjustment Coach made.
You guys have had a very successful season so far, tied for first in the conference. Sectional play coming up, or a draw this Sunday. Just thoughts on moving forward?
We're definitely coming out on a hot streak. I don't know, we're doing pretty good. So.
Hey, congratulations on the win to being our player of the game.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Now we can bring you our Big C Lumber play of the game. It happened at the end of the first quarter. Maddie Treat certainly got one when she saw the bank open on a Friday night in Benton.
Yeah, when you put up a half-court heave in front of a packed house, you get the bank open, you get it to go home. No question about it. We knew it at the moment. It was going to be our Big C Lumber big play of the game, and it proved to be that in this 20-point win for the Lady Falcons.
Final score of this one, the Fairfield girls triumph 48-28. Now they're waiting for the Fairfield boys to come out onto the court. We'll get you ready for the 99th renewal of that rivalry momentarily. But in the meantime, we'll meet our Tony Letcher Student Athletes of the Week. That comes your way next as coverage of this rivalry continues on Sports Michiana.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Shopping for tires used to really rub me the wrong way. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's tire decision guide made it easy to find the right tires. Talk about secret sauce. You might ask, well, you bought them. Now how are you going to put them on? No problem. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose one that does mobile installation. A technician brought the tires right to my house. He's installing them now.
Almost finished, Herb. Take your time.
I'm just marinating. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Tony Letcher with Health Markets, the right policy at the right price. And it's time now for our Tony Letcher Health Markets Student Athletes of the Week. And we have two 4.0 students who are also 1,000-point scorers with us. Ava Herbert from Fairfield and Caden Grau from Westview. We'll start with Caden, who's a senior, a two-sport athlete, all-state in both basketball and tennis, ranked 13th in the senior class. How do you pull everything off?
It's a lot of time and commitment, but, just stay hardworking and try to get everything done.
You became a 1,000-point scorer last week. What does that achievement mean to you?
It means a lot. I saw a lot of guys do it when I was younger, and now to be a part of the club, it means a lot to me.
You're going to go to Hope, and you're going to play basketball there, and you're going to major in marketing. Tell us why you made the decision to go to Hope, how excited you are for the opportunity, and why marketing.
Yeah, Coach Mitchell and the rest of the staff were great. I love the players there, too. Chapel was a big thing for me. Their chapel environment is awesome. And then their business department is really good too. And I've always enjoyed marketing and kind of creating stuff, so that's what I'm going to go into.
What does being a Westview Warrior mean to you?
It's a long line of people in front of me and a lot of tradition. So, I mean, it means a lot, and I enjoy getting to go out here with the guys every night. So,
Caden, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
We got Ava Herbert, a senior at Fairfield. She is ranked #1 in the Fairfield senior class and is a 3-sport athlete playing basketball, volleyball, and tennis. How do you manage everything?
It's a lot, but my family really helps me through it. They help encourage me. My friends do too. Trying to stay organized and, just trying to balance.
You also became a 1,000-point scorer last week. What did that achievement mean to you?
It's just a lot of time in the gym that people don't see, but it's also your teammates. You can't get that there without your teammates, and so I'm really thankful for them.
You're going to go to Huntington to play basketball and major in sports management. Tell us why you made the decision for Huntington, how excited you are for the opportunity, and why sports management.
Huntington is an amazing school. I love Coach Darby and the staff. They were like the main reason for my decision. And just getting to know the girls better too. They're all really great people. It's a beautiful school as well. I love the campus. And sports management, I don't know if I'm still going to go into that. I think I'm still trying to decide. But yeah.
What does being a Fairfield Falcon mean to you?
It's just meant a lot to me over my career. There's a lot of pride and just respect in this team and in this community, and I think that we have the best support.
Ava, thank you very much. Congratulations. Caden, congratulations one more time. Caden Grau, Ava Herbert, our Tony Letcher Student Athletes of the Week. And we have more action from this great rivalry between Westview and Fairfield coming up next on the Sports Michiana Games of the Week.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes fourth and long feel like first and goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
Experience the summer in style with decking from Big C Lumber. From the professional to the do-it-yourselfer, Big C will assist you through the entire deck planning process. Big C's selection of composite and PVC decking material offers durability and low maintenance, all while maintaining the look and feel of real wood. Our free delivery service ensures more of your budget is allocated toward your project. Revitalize your outdoor living space with Big C Lumber.
You are looking live at the Falcons' Nest. This is a game of buggies and bonnets. It's a game of Millers and Bontraegers and Yoders. And it's a game that puts two arch rivals against each other for the 99th time as the Westview Warriors take on the Fairfield Falcons on this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. How you doing, everybody? Alongside my business and broadcast partner, Angelo DiCarlo, with the Hall of Famer Bo Hundt on the sidelines. It's Chuck Freeby. Great to have you still with us on an exciting Friday night. Top 10 showdown here. Westview ranked number 3 in Class 2A. They are 12-1 on the season. Fairfield number 9 in Class 3A, 7-2. Let's start with the Warriors. What a three-headed monster that they have here. Chandler Pribble's team loves to get out and run, and they can score the ball.
They really can. Caden Grau has been fantastic, became a 1,000-point scorer. You just heard from him in our Student Athlete of the Week interview, but Austin Slaybaugh has been awesome this year as well, and as well with Daniel Yoder. So that threesome has allowed Westview to get out to this 12-1 start. They're 4-0 in conference play. They won the conference tournament last week. They have so much momentum going right now, playing their best basketball, and they've been really one of the best teams in the area all season long.
Yes, Fairfield lost to Westview. They have also lost to Goshen. And those are the only 2 losses that Brody Garber's team has had. And what I find interesting about the Falcons is they don't really have a star. They just find different ways to beat you.
Yeah, they are really balanced all the way around. They are much improved from a season ago. They're a very solid team all around. You mentioned, yes, they lost to Goshen, but they lost to them only by 3 points. They're right there. The Westview game was a little bit more of a point spread, but not enough that it's not insurmountable to come back here tonight. It could be a different story here this evening, 8 days apart.
Bo Hundt working the sidelines tonight. And Bo, when I talked to both coaches during the week, they really emphasized the transition game, and it's been so key to the success of Westview this year. So if you're Brody Garber in Fairfield, how do you stop it?
Well, I think the biggest thing offensively, you got to hit some buckets and you got to box out some guys so they're not getting those fast breaks. And the biggest thing for Westview, they've really been hitting the three-pointers really well as of late, so that's even helping their transition even more. So I think the biggest thing tonight, slow it up a little bit for Fairfield and make sure that they box out, guys.
We are getting ready for this one, the 99th meeting between these 2 old rivals, Westview and Fairfield, in a good old-fashioned Northeast Corner Conference game. We've got a lot to talk about on our Farrah Custom Bowl Forming pregame show, and our Lillard Insurance Agency keys to win are next on Sports Michiana. The Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Farrah Custom Roll Forming, McInnes Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lillard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors.
Shopping for tires used to make me want to blow a gasket. That was before I went to TireRack.com.
Tire Rack made it easy to find great tires at a great price. 2 years of free road hazard protection sealed the deal.
Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. Check this out. A technician brought my new tires right to the house. He's installing them now. All set. Thanks. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Experience the summer in style with decking from Big C Lumber. From the professional to the do-it-yourselfer, Big C will assist you through the entire deck planning process. Big C's selection of composite and PVC decking material offers durability and low maintenance, all while maintaining the look and feel of real wood. Our free delivery service ensures more of your budget is allocated toward your project. Revitalize your outdoor living space with Big C Lumber.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
With Surf Fiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by Health Markets with Tony Letcher. It's the right coverage at the right price. As we count you down to tip-off between Westview and Fairfield, Warriors at 12-1, 4-0 in the NECC. Fairfield 7-2, 3-0 in the conference. Let's look at our keys to win, brought to you by the Lilliard Insurance Agency. For Westview, they want to pressure the ball. Part of the reason is to try to disrupt the great half-court sets that Fairfield runs. Also, that will probably lead to the transition buckets that they want to get. And then, as Bo mentioned, they have to be able to rebound. It's a physical Fairfield team, and Westview has to match that physicality. For Fairfield, find a way to get easy buckets. Brody Garber talked about the 50 points they scored last week were probably the hardest 50 they had to score all season. Stop the transition game of Westview, and then survive streaks. You know that Westview is going to hit some threes or get a 6 or 8 point spurt. Got to be able to stop those and then survive and advance.
Let's check in on what the teams are wearing, brought to you by It's Tops in Mishawaka. There you see Westview. They will be wearing red tonight in gold trim, numbers in white. Fairfield just left the court. They'll be in white jersey, outlined in gold and blue this evening.
Tonight, the 99th meeting of this series. The series history sponsored by our friends at OSMC. Westview leads the all-time series 61-37. The first meeting happened back in 1968, and Westview won just 8 nights ago by a count of 60-50. Much more to talk about here on the Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame show. When we come back, we'll get you ready with the starting lineups. It comes your way next on Sports Michiana.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes fourth and long feel like first and goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
My name's Elizabeth, and I've been a member of the Notre Dame Credit Union for about 37 years. I had been driving a Prius, and I liked the Prius. But unfortunately, I live on a hill, and when it snows, I had a problem. So I called the credit union and told them I needed a new car. We did everything over the phone and the internet, picked up the car, and it was all done in less than a week. I would recommend the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union without question.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by Ferret Custom Roll Forming. We form value. And we welcome you back as you see Chandler Pribble sitting on the bench over there for Westview. Their young head coach, only 30 years old, but he has been very successful, 97-43 in 6 seasons overall, and 67-24 since he arrived in Emma. Meanwhile, over on the Fairfield bench, Brody Garber, well, you knew him better as a girls basketball coach. He won the state title in 2023, 20-12 in his second season with the boys, but he has 200 career wins, and as our little factoid will tell you, half of those have come with his kids on the team. He has Brant, his son, on the team this year, and of course, he coached Bria, who now plays at Indiana Wesleyan. So it's been a family affair for the Garbers. He's married to the leading scorer all time at Fairfield, Amy Bechtel. Amy's first cousin is Troy Beachy, the former Fairfield head coach, who's now one of his assistants. There's cousins all over the place in this Garber family.
Amy's husband is the former Goshen boys basketball coach, Brian Bechtel.
Well, Amy's husband is Brody.
I'm sorry. Amy's brother is Brian Bechtel, the former Goshen boys basketball coach. So definitely has a great tree there, to say the least. And it's very neat that you have being able to coach both your son and your daughter at the high school level. That's a very unique experience that you don't really get in high school basketball, probably pretty much anywhere.
And Brody got very emotional talking about it this week when I asked him about what it was like to coach both of his kids. So this crowd is coming to its feet here at the Falcons' Nest as the Fairfield Pep Band gets ready to honor America with the playing of its national anthem. And sit back and enjoy. Not a seat to be had inside the Falcons' nest as we get you ready for this one. And here are the starting lineups with Angelo to Carlo.
All right, the Westview starters brought to you by Southwind Flooring. Daniel Yoder, a 6-foot junior guard, 12 points per game. Austin Schlebaugh, a 6'1 junior guard, 19 points, 4.9 rebounds, 5.5 assists per game. Bryce Yoder, a 5'5 freshman guard, 3.8 points per game. Caden Grau, a 6'4 senior guard, 20 points, 5 rebounds, became a 1,000-point scorer last week. And Kane Reinhold, a 6'1 junior forward, 2.5 points per game. Southwind Flooring cheers on the Warriors. Visit their showroom located in Shipshewana or online at southwindflooring.com. Southwind Flooring, the perfect foundation to your dreams. They are a sponsor for the Westview starting lineups. And as you see, the lights go out here at Fairfield. I'm more prepared for game number 2, so I will tell you the Fairfield starters brought to you by Mike's Garage Door. Matthew Holsapple is a 6'5 senior forward, 9.1 points, 3.1 steals per game. Parker Smith, a 6'2 sophomore guard, 12 points, 3.8 assists per game. Ben Keogh, a 6'4 senior forward, 6 points per game. Brant Garber, 6-foot senior guard, 5.5 points per game. And Colton Fry, a 6'2 sophomore forward, 9 points per game. Those starters brought to you by Mike's Garage Door. They've been serving Michiana since 1990. They recently moved and opened a new expanded showroom that you can visit on US 6 in New Paris. Same great people, same great service with a bigger location to serve you better. Mike's Garage Door. And what an absolutely incredible atmosphere here at the Falcon Nest for this fantastic battle between two top 10 teams, Westview and Fairfield, on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
If you follow us on social media, you heard the players and coaches talk about it's insane, it's crazy, it's packed. It's all those things here at the Falcons' Nest tonight. Our opening tip-off brought to you by Babsco as the Westview Whistler starts to get this crowd into it. And our first quarter tonight brought to us by Goshen Home Medical. Ben Keogh will jump for Fairfield against Caden Grau for Westview. A top 10 showdown coming your way on Sports Michiana. Fairfield 7-2, 3-0 in the NECC. Their best wins have come over Jimtown, Wawasee, and Lakeland. Their losses to Goshen and this Westview team by 10 last week. Matthew Holsapple tried to cut back door, was shut off. Brant Garber, the 6-foot senior, handles it up top. Now Colton Fry, everybody getting a touch on this possession. That's the point guard, Parker Smith, only a sophomore. He's guarded by Bryce Yoder. Battle of young players there. Nice stop-and-go move by Fry. He tried to feed Keogh underneath. It's out of bounds off Westview.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Fairfield Schools, leading the way with the highest graduation rates and top iRead scores in Elkhart County. And that graduation rate, 100%. Excellent starts at Fairfield. Go Falcons.
Fry to trigger the inbound here. Garber had his man drop in front of him, so he goes to Parker Smith. The three is short, but the rebound's still loose, and it's Grau throwing it off a Holsapple and out of bounds. It'll be Westview ball.
It's funny that it's negative 25 degrees outside. It is hot here inside the Falcon Nest. Let's take a look at the replay brought to you by KZRV. And it is the hottest ticket in town. Standing room only.
Westview 12-1, 4-0 in the conference. Caden Grau lost the ball out of bounds. It'll be Fairfield basketball. Westview has beaten a very good Angola team twice last week to win the NECC tournament, the championship game. Obviously, they beat Fairfield last week, and they've also beaten Lakeland. Their only loss came to Northridge, but they have won 11 in a row coming into this one. Holsapple to Fry. Whips it down to Keogh for the layup. Ben Keogh, the 6'4 senior, only averages 6 a game, but he gets the first basket of this one. That matches his scoring total in last week's Westview game. It's the diminutive Bryce Yoder, the freshman, who handles things up top, and now there's Caden Grau, the 1,000-point scorer, who's headed to Hope College.
It's remarkable to see Bryce Yoder starting at 5'5" as a freshman on a team that's 12-1 and ranked number 3 in the state.
Austin Schleybaugh breezed by Holsoppel but missed the shot. Keogh the carom. Fry ahead to Parker Smith. He wanted to throw it to a cutter, but there wasn't one there, and he made a good judgment by holding onto the basketball. Sticky man-to-man defense here by Westview. Fry got the handle back, puts it up. No good, and the rebound comes to Schleybaugh, and here's where Westview loves to run. Good transition defense that time by Fairfield to get back. That's something Brody Garber's team has worked on for the last 8 days. Offensive foul on Caden Grau.
Patients trust OSMC because they deliver more than treatment. They provide care that's accessible, high quality, and transparent. Get the care you need when you need it. Visit OSMC.com or their OrthoCare walk-in clinic in Granger off University Drive as you see the replay, brought to you by KZRV.
He chested up Brant Garber a little bit. Brant might have used a few acting classes right there as well. And a whistle underneath and a hold is called. I think this one's going to go on Bryce Yoder, his first.
AgTech Solutions cheers on Fairfield. As farmers have reimagined themselves, so have the companies that work with them. As an independent rep for Pioneer, AgTech Solutions is dedicated to serving farmers year-round with the most advanced technologies and localized expertise.
Colton Fry working against Schleybaugh, gets the bucket. Fry, a sophomore, averages 9 a game. Fairfield up 4-zip. Last year it was Westview who got the girls-boys sweep during the regular season. Fairfield wants to repay, and they get another turnover as they strip Grau on his way to the hoop. Holsoppel to Garber, the coach's son. Double team, needs some help, and it comes in the form of Smith. Smith, his pass gets tied up. Alternating possession will go to Westview.
Gonna look like that interception from the AFC playoff game last week. Wasn't sure who had control there, but they can go with the hell ball in this regard.
That's the nice thing about this sport.
Got to make a decision on the other one.
Tapped away by Garber, hustled down by Keene Reinhold.
Worked out for the Broncos, not so much for the Bills.
Reinhold being guarded by Garber. Now Schleybaugh. Garber switches off onto him, so a lot of switching in this man-to-man defense by Fairfield. Schleybaugh whipping the pass to Daniel Yoder. Fairfield contesting the passing lanes right now. Yoder for 3. Ring it up. Bryce Yoder, the freshman, with his 10th three-pointer of the season. And Westview climbs within 1.
And that's why he starts on this team.
Parker Smith to Colton Fry. Fry to the hole, it rimmed out. Here comes Grau on the rebound. Warriors on the run. There's an injured Falcon at the other end. Grau, a big collision, no call. And now the 3 launched by Schleybaugh is off. Ben Keogh with the rebound. Colton Fry, I think, might have hit his head down at the other end. He is still looking worse for wear as he comes back down the floor. Parker Smith working on the other side, went around Yoder and draws the second foul on Caden Grau. That's a big development in this game.
Take a look at the replay brought to you by KZRV. No question about it. Plenty of contact there. And free throws coming up, brought to you by Fairfield Community Schools.
Smith, a 64% free throw shooter who is a 3-sport athlete here at Fairfield. He also plays baseball and football. In fact, he is beloved by the sons of Fairfield football coach Corey Stoner. Hits the first, and Pierce Yoder will come in off the bench to take the place of Caden Grau.
Coach Stoner's son delivering us some waters there between games. So thank you to Coach Stoner and the fam. Champions aren't just on the court, they're at home too. Goshen Home Medical helps our community stay active and independent with durable medical equipment, respiratory supplies, and portable oxygen. Visit at 1501 South Main Street in Goshen. Goshen Home Medical, your comfort, your independence, our priority in this first quarter, brought to you by Goshen Home Medical.
Home team up 6-3. Westview, a team that can rack up the points. They're scoring 64 a game, but they only have 3 in the first 5 minutes of this one. Pierce Yoder bodied up by Holsopple. He goes to Bryce Yoder, no relation. Schleybaugh from the wing. It's off the mark, and it's one and done as Garber goes up to get the rebound. Keogh wide open underneath, missed the layup. And the rebound to Pierce Yoder.
He wanted that one back. You could see his expression as he ran down the court.
Can't blame him. Schleybaugh got a step on Parker Smith and took it in, but missed the shot. Rebound loose and out of bounds off Daniel Yoder.
Shipshewana-based KZ-RV is proud to support athletics in northern Indiana. KZ, a top RV manufacturer, is built on the foundation of integrity and family culture. Work for KZ and drive home with a sense of belonging, pride, and a great career. We've got an AgTech Solutions timeout. Back after this on Sports Michiana.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tire Rack. TireRack.com is the way tire buying should be. Fairfield up 6-3.
I was going to say, I hope you got some good tires from Tire Rack because they're needed this time of year.
I did back in October, and it's allowed me to drive with confidence in this weather as of late. 2:19 to go in the first. Matthew Holsopple brings it up the floor for the Fairfield Falcons, trying to avenge a 10-point loss to their arch rivals just 8 days ago. Down low, it's Holsopple underneath. He got stuffed by Daniel Yoder, and it went off Holsopple and out of bounds. What a defensive play by Yoder.
I don't know if a defensive play will end up as the Big C Lumber big play of the game, but as you look at the KZRV replay, that's about as good as it gets from Daniel Yoder. Excellent work, especially to have the wherewithal of knocking it off the Fairfield play.
Fairfield now in a 2-3 zone out of the timeout, and so Daniel Yoder wants Bryce Yoder to come out and get the basketball or at least help him out.
At Geiger CPA in Goshen, they aren't just accountants, they are big sports fans who cheer on Fairfield for more than 20 years. Geiger CPA has been specializing in individual and small business tax, bookkeeping, payroll, and payroll taxes. Check them out at GeigerCPA.com.
Pierce Yoder's 22nd three-pointer of the year. He has not hit a 2 all season, but he is deadly from 3, and he ties this one at 6. Garber for 3 at the other end. It rims out. Holsopple tried to get the rebound. It's taken away by Schleybaugh. Schleybaugh down the lane, lays it in for 2.
With the sweet touch on the glass.
That one had some English on it. 5 straight points by the Warriors give them their first lead of the night. Drew Beachy in the game now for Fairfield, wears number 12. Brady Park also in the game. He wears number 4. Let's see if Fairfield decides to hold for one shot here. You see the clock at the bottom of the screen on the TireRack.com scoreboard. Holsopple, senior. Now it's Beachy, the junior. Fairfield students counting it down. Park scores. Brady Park off the bench with the basket. Boy, it's been nip and tuck. It has been tight here at the Falcons' Nest. Good action here in the first quarter. Tied at 8 after 1 on Sports Michiana.
Some say hustle and heart don't mix. But at Patrick, we prove otherwise every day. We're bold in our ambition and grounded in respect. Here, leadership is a mindset, and every voice matters. Built on integrity, fueled by collaboration, and united by purpose, we're stronger together. This is Patrick. We are better together.
Hey, this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Reliance. They're uniquely crafted to fit your lifestyle. We go downstairs for a sideline report from Patrick Industries. Bo Hundt, your thoughts on that first quarter?
Well, we knew this game was going to be a little bit different than when they played just a week ago. A little bit more physicality with Fairfield. The one thing they wanted to do is be more physical than they were in the first game. I think the big thing with Caden Brown with 2 fouls sitting out, that's going to be a huge deal here in the first half, guys.
Yeah, how well can Westview survive this offensively with their top scorer on the bench?
Well, it certainly makes a big difference, but again, learning opportunities. You may be in this position throughout the year, and certainly it could happen in the playoffs. So how can you adjust to that? It's a good learning opportunity to see where you stand.
Westview in man-to-man coming out of the second quarter timeout. Our second quarter being brought to us by our friends at the St. Joseph County Police Department.
Hey, I want to say thank you to Tire Rack, the scoreboard sponsor for Sports Michiana's Game of the Week. When it's time for new tires, go to TireRack.com. Their easy-to-use shopping tools will guide you to the right tire. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Here's Parker Smith coming into the lane, lost the handle on it, but got it back. He'll take the jumper while being undercut by Brett Springer. And Springer picks up his first.
We got a free throws coming up by Fairfield Community Schools as you take a look at the replay. Good hustle here to get the rebound, get the shot off, and then draw the foul and go to the free throw line.
Smith taking these free throws, sponsored by the Fairfield Community Schools. 64% foul shooter on the year. He had 11 the first time these two teams played. That's just 1 point below his average for the year. He's the leading scorer on this Falcon squad so far this season.
Before the game, we featured our Student Athletes of the Week presented by Tony Letcher. Tony, a lifelong resident of Michiana, licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you need insurance, Tony's your guy. Google Tony Letcher Health Markets to connect.
Smith now 4 for 4 at the line. Falcons up by 2. Daniel Yoder handles it up top for Westview. Schleybaugh working one-on-one against Beachy, and then Park came over and fouled him.
Springer Dental Care voted best dental provider in Elkhart County. Get back on track with all your dental needs with 6 locations, including in Millersburg. Schedule your next visit at SpringerDentalCare.com. Go Falcons, as you see the replay brought to you by KZRV.
Schleybaugh is 73% foul shooter at 20 last week when these two teams played. He's the team's assist leader. Very aggressive player, as you've seen here in this first quarter plus. He's got a real terrific first step. I think the thing that he's working on is learning to be a leader. He's an upperclassman now, has the ball in his hands a lot. And he's stepping into that role nicely. Hits both free throws, tied at 10.
Westview School Corporation, dedicated to providing the best in academics, arts, and athletics for all our students. Excellence is our tradition at Westview. Go Warriors.
Travel called on Drew Beachy. Chandler Pribble had been lobbying for that call over on the Westview sideline for about half a quarter. And now the Fairfield students shouting over at the Westview bunch. Nearly a steal by Beachy. Instead, Schleybaugh with a sweet pass to Grau back in the game, but he's short on the shot, and the ball controlled by Colton Fry of Fairfield. Fry working on Schleybaugh. And found Garber over in the corner. So again, Fry against Schleybaugh. Couldn't get it to go, but Park missed the first time, missed the second. Beachy saves it inbounds for Fairfield.
Feeling reminiscent of the girls' game where Fairfield dominated the rebounding battle.
And you give them 4 shots, they're going to hit 1. That's Parker Smith's first field goal of the night. He has 6. Grau down on the block. Fry tried to draw the charge. Instead, I think he might be called for a flop.
Coach Garber wanted a travel. Wasn't getting that one. You make the call here on the KZRV replay.
Yeah, he went down. He went down and tripped him.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnosis, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Here's Grau for three. Bring it up. Caden Grau with his 30th three-pointer of the year and the 12th 1,000-point scorer in Westview history. Gives the Warriors the lead at 13-12. Colton Fry somehow forced that one up and in.
That one was in, out, and then back in.
And back and forth we go. Schlabaugh's pass was tipped and intercepted. Holsapple pilfers it. Smith fakes, drives, blocked. Schlabaugh says, get that shot out of here. Wow. Grau for three. Yes. Grau's second timeout called by Fairfield and sponsored by Ag Tech Solutions. Westview feeling it. They're up 2 on Sports Michiana.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes 4th and long feel like 1st and goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community. KZRV with another look at a couple of dandy plays.
Look at this inside. Goes inside for the shot. Schlabaugh says, I don't think so. And absolutely rejects it. Opposite end. Grau sticking with it. Pops the three. Forces the timeout. Westview up by 2. KZRV back-to-back replays there.
Calculated move here by Chandler Purple, putting Grau back in the game with 2 fouls. And so far it's paying off. He's had 6 big points since coming back in. Parker Smith finds Holsapple underneath, and there was nothing Reinhold could do but watch him put in his first basket of the night. 5th Falcon to score here in the first half.
And Coach Purple hoping his 4.0 student is going to be smart enough to not commit foul number 3.
Bryce Yoder guarded by Ben Keogh. Here's Grau. Holsapple coming over to try to cover him up. That left Pierce Yoder open for 3. And Yoder with his second dagger here. He had 3 of those against Lakeland. That's his second of the night. Westview by 3.
Want to help your team look great? It Stops can help. They are the official outfitter for a number of local schools, and even Sports Michiana. They do a lot more than just clothes. Learn more at itstops.net.
Keogh underneath gets this layup. They have been able to spring him open about 3 times tonight. He's hit 2 of them. Back to a 1-point game. Grau takes it inside over Keogh for 2. There's a difference in Caden Grau's game from previous years, and one of those is the ability to take the ball inside. Smith with a flying layup that dances on the rim and drops, and Parker now with 8, and the pace of this one picking up dramatically.
Yeah, it was 8-8 after 1 quarter, and they have certainly picked that up big time, scoring a lot more in the second quarter already, and we still have 3:30 to play.
Grau, he's had the hot hand, and he's fouled by Keogh.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Fairfield Schools, leading the way with the highest graduation rates and top iRead scores in Elkhart County. That graduation rate, 100%. Excellent starts at Fairfield. Go Falcons.
Schlabaugh and Daniel Yoder check back into the lineup for Westview. Caden Grau will go have a seat with those 2 fouls. And Brett Springer follows him to the bench.
Thank you to Wings Etc. and Goshen for feeding our crew tonight with the delicious cheeseburgers and fries. Wings Etc. proudly cheers on Fairfield. Stop in just off US 33 in Goshen. Good food, great times. Wings Etc.
Schlabaugh underneath. Reinhold lost the handle. Fairfield with a chance to regain the lead. Fry into the lane. Yoder came over, put the clamps on it, and that'll be a held ball going to Westview.
Since 1959, Patrick Industries in Elkhart has empowered outdoor enthusiasts to achieve next-level recreation experiences. Patrick is a proud supporter of our local teams and athletes, empowering excellence on and off the court.
Daniel Yoder walks it over the stripe. One of the most competitive players on this team. He was hoping Schleybaugh would go back door. Instead, Schleybaugh goes one-on-one with Parker Smith and scores.
Beautiful move there by Schleybaugh. Had the spin. Maybe got a little bit of a push off with the arm. And then got the basket to go in.
He's a little bit stronger than Parker, and it showed there. Parker coming back the other way. Again, when he made that spin, Yoder was there, but this time he got more wrist than ball.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union is the financial institution of choice for Sports Michiana, plus hundreds of churches and schools. Utilize their unique Elevate tools to help raise funds and drive your mission. Go to NotreDameFCU.com/elevate to learn more.
2:41 left before halftime. Coming up at the Halftime's Car Care Center highlights in the McInnes Realty around the area. High school scoreboard. Parker Smith backs his man down but can't score. Keogh, the rebound, is off the mark, and then he fouls on the rebound. That's his second.
Fourth team foul now against Fairfield, so rest of the way Westview would be shooting. This one would be the last non-shooting foul.
Couple missed shots inside have hurt Fairfield, and Park will check back into the lineup for the Falcons.
Looking to buy or sell a home, McInnes Realty is where service comes first. Family and veteran owned. They proudly serve our community heroes through the Homes for Heroes program, helping you save when you buy or sell. Learn more at McInnesRealty.com.
So Westview will walk it up the floor with a 3-point lead. Warriors 12-1 on the season. Schleybaugh from the left side, couldn't get it to go, but Daniel Yoder crashes the board for the offensive rebound. And he'll take the three. It misses. And the rebound of Fairfield, and a whistle as Park came out of his shoe, and the official saw it, so that gives Westview a chance to make a sub here with Kane Reinhold.
Excellent work by our crew. Chris Gibby directed our first game, now down there on the floor camera. Big shout out to our crew here tonight. Chuck and I are full-time at Sports Michiana, but our crew, they all got their own full-time jobs, then they come along as part-time work to help us out, and that's not easy in this negative 25-degree temperatures to get this game broadcast ready. A lot of cables they got to run from outside to inside, so we're very much appreciative of everyone on our crew for making the game of the week possible.
Gary Martin out there in the truck helping run the show. Here's the lob down to Parker Smith, but he caught it too deep on the baseline to score. Fry finds Holsopple. Big fella. Oh, he got hammered by Daniel Yoder, and he'll go to the line for two. Get another look from KZRB. It's a guillotine here from Daniel Yoder.
There was that's one of those no doubt about it fouls. And free throws coming up, brought to you by Fairfield Community Schools.
Holsopple, a 60% free throw shooter. He is a commended student here at Fairfield High School for his score on the PSA team. The only one in the school to receive that honor as he hits the first. But he also had the 2024 Grand Champion Meat Class Chicken at the Elkhart County 4-H Fair. I don't want a chicken that's not in the meat class.
Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, provides ISO certified quality with unparalleled service and support. At Ferret Custom Roll Forming, we form value. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com. Sometimes I impress myself that I'm able to read reads after some of your comments.
Yeah, Nagel had a little problem with that at times. Here's the ball down low to Reinhold, but he can't get the handle on it. And Fairfield with another chance to regain the lead with a minute 23 left in the half. Brody Garber holds up his hand in the form of a semicircle over on the far side. And Fry can't get it to go. Ball tipped out. Here comes Caden Brown, Westview. Schleybaugh looked like he was going to take a three. Instead, meandered down the lane a little too much.
He saw the opening, so wisely went inside, but it was almost too wide of an opening, and he thought about it too much and then made a mistake.
He was like the car that didn't go to tire rack coming up to an intersection, just skidded a little too much.
Yeah. Locally owned Central Automotive in downtown South Bend is your answer for oil changes, brakes, air conditioning repair, general maintenance, and more. Check them out at Lafayette and Colfax. Central Automotive. We're here for all your automotive needs.
Matthew Holsoppel now with 6. Fairfield back in front. Grau did a little stop and go. Pierce Yoder, yes. That's his 3rd of the game. He is now 24 of 63 from three-point range this year. I'll do the math for you. That's right around 40%.
He does not look like a three-point shooter, but boy, can he shoot it.
But that's the amazing thing. He has not hit a 2 all season. Every basket he has scored has been from three-point range.
He's 6'4".
Westview
at
students
a 2A
trying
school
to deceive Holsoppel here. And Holsoppel not buying it. And the first half has come to an end. Knotted at 26. This has been everything you would want it to be. These two teams just trading haymakers here in the first half. 26 all as they go to the locker room. And Bo Hundt is standing by now with Fairfield coach Brody Garber.
Brody, back and forth. We knew this was going to be a different game than last time you guys played. Just talk about the first half.
Yeah, it's one side gets a stop, the other side does. One side gets a bucket. This is what you would expect, right, on a night like tonight for sure.
Your team seems very physical out there, really going after it. Is that different from the first game? Is something you guys changed?
Maybe just a little bit in certain instances. I think we're finding that right mix when we need to. The only thing we got to do, we got to get out their shooters right now.
Thanks, Brody. Appreciate it. Back to you guys.
Both Brody and Chandler Cribble know how this works. Brody was offering to do rock, paper, scissors with Chandler to see who did the halftime interview. Bo was down at that end of the floor. He got Brody. 26 all at the intermission. When we come back, we'll have our Tom's Car Care Center halftime highlights on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Why do our auto insurance rates keep going up? Oh.
Dramatic increases in parts, labor, and medical care are causing auto insurance rates to soar nationwide. Lilliard's Insurance can protect you from auto rate increases with our available rate lock feature. And because Lilliard's Insurance is a local business, you get better service and deal with actual people. Hi, I'm Matt Lilliard. Call or text us today to see if you qualify.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low. I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done?
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. They're putting people over profits. Fairfield cheerleaders once again entertaining the crowd at halftime inside the jam-packed Falcons Nest as we welcome you upstairs to the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Chuck Freeby and Angelo Carlo roasting above the fray. We will not complain because we know what it's like outside tonight, and we are grateful that you have joined us from hopefully the comforts of your own home as well. Your thoughts on the first half of this one?
I think it's what we expected, right? Last week it was a 10-point win, and we thought it would swing back maybe the other way and be more competitive here tonight. That's what it's been, and I really like it. And it's a game of chess, and it was 8-8 after one quarter, and then, boy, did you see the pace pick up quite a bit in the second quarter. You almost see the early adjustments they made from a week ago, and then the adjustments they made at the end of the first quarter, and I'm really looking forward to what adjustments they make here in the second half.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how it got to be this way on the Tom's Car Care Center halftime highlights as we roll the video from the first half. We see that Bryce Yoder got the scoring started for Westview with a big three-pointer there, but it's big Matthew Holsoppel denied that time by Daniel Yoder. Some great defense in the first quarter of this game, and Austin Schlaball brought the block shot as well. But then Fairfield started to find some openings. Parker Smith with that flying layup there. He had 8 points in the first half. Austin Schlaball answering at the other end. He had 6. The guy that led the way, though, for Westview was the three-point artist Pierce Yoder. He had 3 threes in the first half, 9 points to lead all scorers in the first half, and that's how we stand at 26-26 right now. When we come back, we'll take you around the area with the McKinnis Realty Around the Area scoreboard. It's all next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
With Surf Fiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by McKinnis Realty. It's realty with a purpose. Halftime here inside the Falcons' nest. The lettering on that balloon set sequence spells out the nest. 26-26 between Fairfield and Westview. Let's get you up to date on some action on the McKinnis Realty Around the Area scoreboard. College basketball tonight, IU with a big road win at Rutgers as the Hoosiers prevail 82-59. Girls basketball, the game we had here earlier, Fairfield beat Westview 48-28. Also on the girls' side, Trinity beat Bethany 33-26. And Northridge pounding Mishawaka 63-13. The Raiders face NIC champion Penn on Tuesday night. On the boys' side, only one game to report so far. Rochester leads Manchester 17-12 after one. That'll do it for the McKinnis Realty Around the Area high school scoreboard. When we come back, we'll check in with Bo Hundt and see what kind of adjustments Chandler Pribble wants to make. It's all next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Why is Babsco the premier electrical distributor? Because they have breakers, boxes, switches, resets, clamps, tapes, relays, covers, timers, batteries, wires, labels, ballast, heat-shrink, fixtures, plugs, tubing, lamps, load centers, and conduit. You can do it with Babsco Supply. With 2 locations in Elkhart and Warsaw. Visit Babsco.com. Babsco Supply, where they have everything.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by Patrick, empowering outdoor enthusiasts since 1959. Let's go downstairs for a Patrick Sideline report. Bo Hundt, what Chandler Pribble have to say at the break?
Yeah, I talked to him about, adjustments for the second half. Basically, defensively said, we need to keep our feet set. We're trying to jump too much. We're getting up in the air. Defensively, he said, offensively, we're standing around. We're not moving the ball. We have to move without the ball. We talked about that in the first game, and they got to do that a little bit better here in the second game, guys.
All right, thank you, Bo. Our third quarter tonight being brought to us by Geiger's CPA. As you look at Chandler Pribble over on the Westview bench, mentioned he's 30 years old, a Bluffton High School alum. He is the son-in-law of the former Central Noble boys coach and Garrett girls coach John Bodie. When I say Central Noble, immediately I think of Connor Esesian, who is now at the University of Nebraska, where the Cornhuskers are undefeated for the season. 26 all as we begin quarter number 3. Brant Garber brings it across for Fairfield. And Garber off a little give and go. Man, he was open underneath and didn't see the layup he had. Matthew Holsopple has not been shy about going to the basket. Keogh with a diving play to force a loose ball, and Colton Fry gets it back for Fairfield, but the bank is closed. Caden Grau with the rebound. Grau outside, now driving into the lane, changes direction, gets his own rebound, and again passes up the shot, but Schleybaugh makes the three-pointer. Austin Schleybaugh with his 10th three of the season. He is a 43% three-point shooter. As a team, Westview shoots 41% from beyond the arc. It has been a point of emphasis for this team in the offseason. They have raised their three-point shooting by 12% over last season. And it's one of the big stories for this Westview team this season. Down low it goes. Caden Grau gets 2 more. Grau now with 10. And a timeout called by Brody Garber and Fairfield. It's sponsored by AgTech Solutions. 6:41 to go in the third. Westview with its biggest lead at 5 on Sports Michiana.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Shopping for tires used to really rub me the wrong way. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's tire decision guide made it easy to find the right tires. Talk about secret sauce. You might ask, well, you bought them. Now how are you going to put them on? No problem. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose one that does mobile installation. A technician brought the tires right to my house. He's installing them now.
Almost finished, Herb. Take your time.
I'm just marinating. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Hey, this edition of the Big C Lumber Play of the Game. No, this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is being brought to you by Big C Lumber, sponsor of the Play of the Game, where the possibilities are endless. Stick to the script, Chuck. 31-26 in favor of Westview. Parker Smith has Bryce Yoder in his grill. Finds Ben Kia. Holsopple. Now Garber. Everybody getting a touch. But the problem is nobody's getting a shot right now for Fairfield. Parker Smith kicked it away, and a terrific defensive sequence there for Westview. Now can they turn it into points? Warriors up 5. Will put it in the capable hands of freshman Bryce Yoder.
Big C Lumber is the best choice for your next home improvement project. Family owned over 100 years. They know the ins and outs of every home project you need completed, and our knowledgeable sales staff will help you get the job done. See the difference a culture of caring can make at Big C Lumber.
Holsopple knocks that one out of bounds for Fairfield. Here's Schleybaugh. He's got 9 points tonight. And they go down to him against Ben Keogh. He whips it outside. Daniel Yoder coming down the lane, changed hands, couldn't get his own tip. And Garber collects the loose change. Fairfield got it stopped. Now they need to convert some points. But Westview keeps forcing Fairfield to set up its offense further and further outside with tenacious man-to-man defense here. Holsopple working on Daniel Yoder, and Yoder backed away too much and then fouled him. Third foul on Daniel Yoder. You'll get another look from KZRV.
No doubt about that one as well. And we've got free throws coming up here brought to you by Fairfield Community Schools. Also let you know that Southland Flooring cheers on the Warriors. Visit their showroom located in Shipshewana or online at southlandflooring.com. Southland Flooring, the perfect foundation to your dreams.
You take a look over at that Fairfield bench. That's Troy Beachy sitting next to Brody Garber. Brody right now talking with his son Brant. Brody in the Elkhart County Sports Hall of Fame. He's a 1995 Fairfield grad himself. Then went to Huntington College. He was a two-sport athlete both at Fairfield and Huntington, as Holsopple goes to the line for free throws sponsored by the Fairfield Community Schools. And Matthew with 9 to lead the Falcons as Pierce Yoder checks back in. But just to close the book on Brody Garber, Bo, you'll appreciate this. Not only a 1,000-point scorer, he was second in the state in batting average his senior year, batted .529.
Yeah, he's heck of an athlete, and coached baseball for a while as well. I coached against him and many a times, guys.
One of the great gentlemen of coaching in this area. 10 points now for Holsopple, 3-point lead for Westview. Good ball movement here by the Warriors. You never see a Westview team really struggle with spacing. They know where to be on the floor. Grau for 3. Yes, that was as pure as it gets. Caden Grau now with 13.
I don't think Springer Dental Care of Millersburg wants to sponsor the Westview three-pointers, but they've come a lot more than the Fairfield ones have.
Grau came into the night a 49% three-point shooter, and he's done nothing to hurt that cause. And a holding call is made on Schleybaugh. That's his first.
Mike's Garage Door has been serving Michiana since 1990. They recently moved and opened a new expanded showroom that you can visit on US 6 in New Paris. Same great people, same great service with a bigger location to serve you better. Mike's Garage Door.
So after 7 lead changes in the first half, Westview has controlled the pace and the score here in the second half. Fairfield not known as a three-point shooting team, but Holsopple trying to find a way to get 2 here. Missed underneath there, but got his own rebound and put it back in. 12 for the big fella. At the other end, it's Grau. Boy, he's played well since those 2 early fouls. Still only 2 fouls in the game.
Yeah, played a good chunk in that second quarter with those 2 fouls, and now kind of past that point of worry on the third foul. Obviously, you don't want to get it, but
Grau collected that pass, then drove inside and found Reinhold open, but he missed the three.
Wow. I don't know how.
Man, that had more iron than your morning vitamin, but it just wouldn't go. Garber outside. He's really cut down on his scoring this year. Does other things to help the team. Holsopple, not really a three-point guy, so he kicks it out to somebody who is a threat. Parker Smith down the lane. What a physical move by the sophomore. He has 10. 2-point game. Schleybaugh, speaking of getting physical, they're letting him play here in the third.
Only 2 combined fouls called so far in this third quarter.
Man.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Fairfield Schools, where they ensure all students learn and grow at high levels to be prepared for the future. Fairfield has a 100% graduation rate. Go Falcons.
4-point Westview lead. Fry in trouble over on the side. Finds Holsopple, got a step on Grau, and took it inside for 2. And Holsopple with a little something for Daniel Yoder as he goes on back. Schleybaugh. Here's Yoder in the corner, and Bryce has it rim out on him. Reinhold is fouled. I think they'll call it on Fry.
At OSMC, you're not just treated, you're cared for, guided from diagnosis through recovery with clarity and trust. Get the care you need when you need it. Visit OSMC.com or their OrthoCare Walking Clinic in Granger off University Drive.
They called the foul on Parker Smith. That's only his first. Lob on the inbound came to Schleybaugh, but he had to kick it back outside. Grau will take and make the 3. Caden Grau now with 16. That's his 4th 3 of the game. His three-point shooting up 22% from a year ago.
It's incredible.
When he transferred from Bluffton, he had the reputation of being a three-point shooter, but he can get more threes now because Westview can get more penetration in the lane. Warriors back up by 5. Beachy trying to back his man down. Now caught down in the lane. Fry down the lane hard, missed the shot. Rebound Daniel Yoder. Man, is it getting physical. Grau coming down in front of Park. Pierce Yoder, yes sir. He's got 12. Timeout Fairfield. Listen to the Warrior faithful on the other side. It's sponsored by AgTech Solutions, 55.6 in the third. Westview by 8 on Sports Michiana.
Yes, I was just in a bad car accident. I need help.
I'm in a call center. How am I supposed to help you? Did you buy this insurance over the interweb?
Yes.
You think this can wait till after my lunch break?
No, your lunch can wait.
When this happens, you'll understand why it's important to have a local agent. The Lilliard Insurance Agency is just that agency. We're a local agency and we're here to take care of you. Call the Lilliard Agency today.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by the Lilliard Insurance Agency. Real people, real service, real value.
And that timeout was brought to you by AgTech Solutions. They're committed to adapting to changes and serving farmers today, tomorrow, and years from now. AgTech Solutions works side by side in the most complex and rewarding industry on earth, farming. Go Falcons.
I believe that's 9 3-pointers now for Westview tonight. And I think they were 6 of 9 in the first half.
Someone should have probably picked up the 3-point sponsorship for the Warriors.
Not saying, just saying. Here's Holsop will drive in the lane on Grau, and he gets bumped on the way up, and Caden Grau will draw his 3rd foul.
Champions aren't just on the court, they're at home too. Goshen Home Medical helps our community stay active and independent with durable medical equipment, respiratory supplies, and portable oxygen. Visit at 1501 South Main Street in Goshen. Goshen Home Medical, your comfort, your independence, our priority.
Holsopple has also played football and tennis during his Fairfield career. Misses the first here. That's the first free throw missed by the Falcons tonight.
Shipshewana-based KZ Recreational Vehicles is proud to support athletics in northern Indiana. KZ, a top RV manufacturer, is built on the foundation of integrity and family culture. Work for KZ and drive home with a sense of belonging, pride, and a great career.
Grau is able to pick up the rebound. And Westview has a chance to go up by double digits with a bucket here, and we'll see if they hold for one shot here at the end of the third quarter.
This third quarter brought to you by Geiger CPA and Goshen. They aren't just accountants, they're big sports fans who cheer on Fairfield for more than 20 years. Geiger CPA has been specializing in individual and small business tax, bookkeeping, payroll, and payroll taxes. Check them out at geigercpa.com.
Schleybaugh being guarded by Brant Garber. It goes down to Grau on the block, and he goes up short. Holsopple with the rebound. Fairfield has time. Garber in a hurry found Park underneath, but he missed the layup, and the third quarter will come to an end. A third quarter highlighted by the three-point shooting of the Westview Warriors. Austin Schleybaugh, Caden Grau, and Pierce Yoder all put on a show, and Westview leads at 42-34 after 3 on Sports Michiana.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Babsco, your trusted electrical distributor. We go downstairs for a Patrick Sideline report. Bo Hundt, Westview 10 out of 15 from three-point range. What a show they're putting on tonight.
Yeah, I mean, what a great job. I mean, the spark that Caden Grau gives them when he comes back in, foul trouble a little bit there in the first half, but just the spark that he gives. And then Pierce Yoder, I mean, what the kid hasn't shot a 2 all year, and you look at him, you're like, oh, maybe he's a post player. Man, 4 3-pointers tonight. He's ice cold out there, guys. Just.
And then Austin Schleybaugh with the ability to do that. He has 13 tonight, and this is the problem. Westview has so many offensive weapons, but Anj, one of the things I think underrated their defense. They just make Fairfield work for everything.
No question, and the defense is one of the reasons Bryce Yoder plays, but there's a good offensive play there by Fairfield, and the three-pointer brought to you by Springer Dental Care of Millersburg. Those have been hard to come by, and then Yoder on the opposite end with a three-pointer of his own.
He pierces the nets once again. He's got 15. The drive, the rejection by Caden Grau. Bryce Yoder gets that rebound. Here comes Daniel Yoder. Oh, they'll go to the hot hand, but that was a heat check. It winds up being looking like a pass to Austin Schleybaugh. Brody Garber wants another timeout. It's sponsored by AgTech Solutions. 7:01 to go in this one, and Westview's up 12 on Sports Michiana. This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Tom's Car Care Center, the Coffee Spot Cafe, and the Waterworks Car Wash. 3 great services in one great place.
Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you need, Tire Rack makes it easy. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Quite the display by the Westview Warriors here tonight, and they lead Fairfield 49-37, looking to get their second boys win over their arch rival in the last 8 days. Parker Smith and the Falcons fade and fire and cannot hit. The rebound still loose on the floor. Caden Grau pushes it up to Daniel Yoder, and Yoder will take it himself and got pushed from behind, bucket and the bump, and there is your dagger.
And that could be your Big C Lumber big play of the game, because what an effort on the opposite end to get that ball up the court, and Yoder with the finish and the foul. But really, Caden Grau deserves a lot of credit for fighting for that ball, not only to even get a hell ball, but to keep it in play. So if that ends up being the Big C Lumber big play of the game, we got to make sure we roll it all the way back to show that part of it as well, because that was such a big part.
Meanwhile, Daniel Yoder, 70% free throw shooter, the 6-foot junior, after his first basket of the game, gets the free throw here. He was an all-Northeast Corner Conference player a year ago.
Springer Dental Care voted best dental provider in Elkhart County. Get back on track with all your dental needs with 6 locations, including in Millersburg. Schedule your next visit at SpringerDentalCare.com. Go Falcons.
Garber couldn't get the three to go, but he's fouled by Daniel Yoder, and he'll go to the line for three. Sponsored by the Fairfield Community Schools.
And this fourth quarter is brought to you by the Westview School Corporation. Westview School Corporation is dedicated to providing the best in academics, arts, and athletics for all of our students. Excellence is our tradition at Westview. Go Warriors.
Grant Garber, an 80% foul shooter, and the coach's son hits the first. Outstanding tennis player on a Fairfield team that had a spectacular season. He does have an offer for basketball from Indiana Wesleyan, where his sister Bria plays, and they'll be in action tomorrow. Taking on Goshen College. Garber hits the second as you see Kane Reinhold check back in.
These free throws brought to you by Fairfield Community Schools, where they ensure all students learn and grow at high levels to be prepared for the future. Fairfield has a 100% graduation rate. Go Falcons.
2 out of 3 will have to do for Mr. Garber. 52-39 Westview. The Warriors looking every bit the number 3 team in 2A. Quite frankly, they look like they could be one of the contenders in 3A as well.
No question. The way they are playing here tonight, they got a lot of different pieces and weapons.
Steal by Ben Keogh, and he'll come down and lay it in. Keogh has had a solid night with 6 points. That's right at his average for the 6'4 senior. And that ball knocked out of bounds by Keogh.
One more shout out to Wings Etc. and Goshen for feeding our crew tonight with their cheeseburgers and fries. Wings Etc. proudly cheers on Fairfield. Stop in just off US 33 in Goshen. Good times, good food. Wings Etc.
6 minutes to go in this one. Westview by 11. Schleybaugh working on Drew Beachy. Grau directs traffic. Now it's Bryce Yoder. Tried to cross up Parker Smith. Here's Schleybaugh down the baseline for 2. So Schleybaugh has 17. Meanwhile, at the other end, Fairfield's Parker Smith got the 3 to go. It's sponsored by Springer Dental Care of Millersburg. Parker Smith now with 13 tonight. Schleybaugh throws in the corner for Grau. That one's off the mark. Here comes Fairfield the other way, down 10. Smith, Euro stepping his way through, missed it, but Keogh gets the rebound. Pump and go, couldn't get it to go.
And that was the transition. They had also an opportunity to kick it out for a wide open 3, but Keogh had a great look there, just wouldn't drop, and it could have cut it to 8 points.
Schleybaugh around, lays it up, no good. Here comes Fairfield the other way. Holsopple thought about the 3, will take it, can't make it. Rebound to Pierce Yoder.
Looked
Chandler
good.
Cribble says set, down.
Looked good, just rimmed off. Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-rays, non-surgical, spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Look at Schleybaugh in the lane. Just go up over Parker Smith and hit. 19 tonight for Austin Schleybaugh. That's right around his average. 12-point Warrior lead. At the other end, Smith hoists the three but can't make it. And here comes Westview. Grau. And he is fouled by Parker Smith. Third on Smith. And that's the third on Fairfield in this quarter.
Sports Michiana's apparel is courtesy of our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka. Clothes, office supplies, mugs. If you want to put your logo on something, odds are It's Tops can make it happen. Locally run since 1976, It's Tops gives you the personalized attention you deserve. Learn more at itstops.net. We'll keep it here during this AgTech Solutions replay. If you want to come up to the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth, because we've got to show you something right here. We've got always, when you come to Fairfield, Dr. Cannon.
You're going to open the bag on the air.
I'm opening the bag on the air. Nice cookie. Chex Mix.
Oh, now you're talking. Let me come down here, too.
While
we're on the air, Ben saw pretzel delivered.
Oh.
Hot dog delivered.
We've got the Imus Country fried pies.
I'm going to be 3,000 pounds by the time I leave this place.
And they gave us, not just for me and Chuck, I believe they delivered.
The bags are for the crew.
For everybody.
Yeah.
So we are always grateful to come down here to Fairfield.
So the pressure's on Jimmy Seitz, or excuse me, Jeff Hart, when we go next week to Penn High School for our next Sports Michiana game of the week. An NIC contest between South Bend, Adams, and Penn. We'll be on the air with the pregame at 7:15, tip-off right around 7:30. Looking forward to seeing Barrett Coleman's team and his son Caleb for the first time this year. And Chad Johnston's team got off to a great start at Adams. They've struggled a little bit as of late.
Well, they are playing the Murderers Row part of the schedule right now, certainly, and that has affected them a little bit, but certainly they've had a great year so far, so that should be a fun one next week. But what a game, what a crowd we have had. You just saw it there on the wide shot of capacity crowd here at Fairfield.
Here's a steal by Colton Fry, and he goes in strong. A lot of contact, no call. Brody Garber begging for a call over on the side. .3:16 to go in this one. Caden Reinhold underneath decides to take it back outside, but he's mugged by Holsopple. And I believe that will be the fourth team foul on Fairfield. One more will put Westview in the bonus. Fairfield goes non-conference Tuesday. They'll go over to Mishawaka, take on the Cavemen, who are at Northridge tonight. Westview goes back into conference play, and they have to make the road trip to take on the Railroaders of Garrett on Tuesday night.
Take a look at the replay brought to you by KZRV. Thank you to KZRV, sponsoring the replays for both the girls and boys games this evening. And thank you to Tony Letcher for his incredible support of Sports Michiana. Tony is a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you're looking for assistance with Medicare, family, or individual health insurance, Google Tony Letcher Health Markets or visit tletcher.com.
Austin Schleybaugh scored 20 the first time these two teams met, and he has 20 tonight. And if it seems like he's got a really good first step, well, he was the 8th grade 100-meter hurdles junior high state champion just 3 years ago. Steal by Daniel Yoder. He took it right away from Colton Fry and lays it in for two. And that'll send some of the faithful for Fairfield headed to the exits down 16. Holsopple at the other end drives in strong and gets two more. Matthew with 16 tonight to lead the Falcons.
You thinking about that soft pretzel?
I'm just tucking it away in my bag right now. Here's Daniel Yoder.
I think you're thinking about eating it.
No, not on the air. No. I wouldn't make people suffer through that. Caden Grau on the outside. Gets held onto by Colton Fry. And he'll go to the line for free throws.
Bob Berger did that to me all the time.
8 on the air?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well.
Someone delivered it to him. Bob made sure everyone knew.
Bob would have loved coming over here because this is
old stopping grounds. He's a Napanee boy.
Old Napanee Bulldog. Caden Grau at the line, committed to Hope College, has 17 points tonight. You know, he was a state finalist in the state doubles tournament this year in tennis, too, all conference. His dad is the former head coach at Bluffton High School. Knocks down that one, too. 18 for Caden tonight, but I think Austin Schleybaugh is going to wind up being our player of the game in this one with 21 tonight. Especially since we heard from Caden during the Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athlete of the Week segment.
Able to balance things out a little bit.
Foul is called on Schleybaugh there. That's his second. And while both of these teams are still a month away from the postseason, they certainly had the opportunity to play in a postseason atmosphere here tonight.
No question.
And both these coaches says it helps them a lot when they go down the stretch because you don't get environments like this every night in high school basketball.
No, you don't. And I think what also probably helped is playing in the have an in-season tournament with the NECC tournament. That's a great thing that you don't really see in a lot of places, and I think that helps as well.
Holsopple down low for 2 more. 18 for Matthew. That might be his career high. He had 17 against Goshen earlier this year. And a whistle and a timeout called by Chandler Pribble with 1:45 to go in this one, and we'll keep it here. Let's take a look at the Northeast Corner Conference standings that were held before tonight. So this is not updated with the Westview win. This shows you what it was like going into the action tonight. And Westview will now have sole possession of the lead. They've already played Angola in the tournament and in the regular season. Prairie Heights and Lakeland both have solid teams, but this is obviously now the Warriors' league.
Yeah, no question. They win the in-season tournament last week, and now with this victory here tonight, putting themselves in great position to be the regular season champions as well. To have that sweep will be something really special for this Westview team.
Well, and that's what they did last year. They won the conference tournament, they won the conference, they won a sectional. They're trying to repeat that kind of sweep. And I got to be honest, those don't happen very often in that league.
No, but I feel like they're even more dominant this year, though, than they were last year, that they've got high hopes beyond just the sectional.
Well, one of the reasons, look at the score here, and here's another little factoid we've had. We mentioned that they have an 11-game win streak as Daniel Yoder gets ready to go to the line. During that 11-game win streak, they have scored 60 or more points in every game. And in fact, they're 12-1 coming in. Their only loss was to Northridge. In every game they won this year, they've scored at least 60. And here they are again. They had an 8-point first quarter, had their star scorer in foul trouble with 2. Not an ounce of panic from Chandler Pribble's team. They came out looking very poised here tonight.
No question. And here they are now, 63 points and counting with 1:40 to go. Going to walk away with a comfortable double-digit lead, most likely.
Actually, more than likely, a more comfortable win than they had in the NECC tournament at their place.
And certainly didn't feel that way when we were tied at halftime.
Their three-point shooting, the third quarter, really broke this one open. A missed three-pointer there by Drew Beachy. And the ball knocked out of bounds will go to Fairfield.
Yeah, and it was right out of the gate. You blink, and all of a sudden, it's a 5-point lead. And then it's a 6-point lead. Then it's an 8-point lead, and then it becomes a double-digit lead.
Brody Garber talked in the Keys to Win about surviving spurts. And they weren't able to do that here in the second half. And so Fairfield's going to fall to 7-3. Their 3 losses, 2 to Westview and 1 to Goshen. There's no shame in that. This is still a dangerous team in Class 3A. Their problem is in their sectional, they're also looking at the animal that is Columbia City.
Yeah, and we saw Columbia City last year, the really tough program. They got a lot of pieces back from that team that played St. Joe really tough in regionals, and just fell by, probably gave St. Joe maybe its biggest challenge of the postseason last year.
Until the state finals. Here's a steal by Kane Reinhold, and he wisely gets it to somebody else. Now Bryce Yoder had it knocked away, but regains his dribble. Here he throws it away. Zach Melberg comes the other way for Fairfield, and Melberg gets his first basket of the night for the 6'1 junior, who is primarily a JV player, but he's able to get the steal there, and then a foul is called. I think this one's going to go on Isaac Mast.
I got to give a shout out to Bryce Yoder, just 5'5". Anytime I see someone that's shorter than I am having the success that he is having on the court, just throws away my excuse that my genes were the reasons why I wasn't as athletic as I thought I would be.
Grady Garber called for the foul there. Here's Schleybaugh back at the foul line. 21 points tonight, make it 22. He scored 24 against Garrett in the NECC championship, and his career high, a 26-point effort against Churubusco.
Bryce, I'm sure, still going to get that growth spurt and be taller than me soon enough, but I'll enjoy it.
Even if he doesn't, quite frankly,
he's a good player.
Good poised player. You can understand why Chandler Pribble's got him in the starting lineup. He handles the ball well. Fairfield with a number of its reserves in the game. Here you see Melberg, who just scored a moment ago. Here's Grady Garber for three. It rims out. Brady Park answers with a bucket here. Park now with 4 points tonight. But down to the final 30 seconds of this one. Chandler Pribble's team just wants to dribble out the clock, but Fairfield continuing to be frisky out there. But the Westview Warriors are going to raise their record to 13-1, and they're going to go to 5-0 in the Northeast Corner Conference. And the chant of Little Brother goes up from the Westview students. And Westview will clear the bench here. They'll put in Hudson Yoder and Avery Christner. Cooper Schwartz comes in the game as well. Austin Troyer and Blake Hostetler all getting a little playing time in this one as the Warrior fans across the way will celebrate. Fairfield knocks it out of bounds with 9.1 seconds left. An impressive performance by Chandler Pribble's team tonight. They get the ball over to Cooper Schwartz, and that'll do it. Westview, 13-1, 5-0, ranked number 3 in Class 2A, and looking every bit of it as they come to the Falcons' Nest and beat Fairfield tonight 66-52. We'll come back with our Reliance Player of the Game and Big C Lumber Play of the Game after this on Sports Michiana.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. 66-52, Westview has prevailed over Fairfield. Time now to check on our Reliance Player of the Game. He's standing by now with Bo Hundt.
Austin, 23 points tonight. You guys have played them just a week ago. What was different about this game than the first game?
Our intensity definitely wasn't there in the first half. We weren't playing as good as defense, so we had to fix that in the second half. We went to half court and just pressured a lot more in the half court, and it really helped a lot with our offense too, so we weren't as tired.
13-1, undefeated in the conference, really set your place in the conference well. Last year, you guys won the conference tournament, won conference sectional. What does that help moving forward with you guys with all the championships you've won in the past year?
I think it's just really great that we have won that much and that we have lost in the sectional. We've done that about 3 years in a row now, and I think it's good that we're experienced. We've gotten to that level, and our next step is just to get past regionals and then on from there.
What's different about this team than last year's team?
I think our shooting is a lot better, and that has helped us. Our intensity is way better too, and our defense, and everything really starts on defense on basketball every time.
You talk about that shooting. Your three-point shots for your whole team has really increased the past couple of weeks. What do you guys attribute to that to?
I mean, just the coaching, the shooting drills we do. I mean, we don't just do catch and shoot. We do a lot of different movement stuff, and it just comes naturally for some of the people on our team also.
Hey, congratulations. Great game.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Austin Schleybaum mentioned defense and intensity. They show up in our Big C Lumber play of the game, as you'll see a real scrum for a rebound after a great defensive possession. Somehow Caden Grau keeps this ball alive, and it leads to transition buckets.
Yeah, it goes to Daniel Yoder, who goes inside for the bucket and the foul, but Caden Grau really setting the tone with the way he was able to keep that play alive. Could have been a foul, could have been a held ball. Instead, he gets the loose ball, passes it off, and Yoder able to go the other way for the bucket and the foul, and kind of just really put the icing on the cake on the way they were playing in the second half. Again, this game was tied at halftime, and they came out and were really crisp at the start of the third quarter and then really put the game away in the fourth.
And again, a lot of contributors. Schleybaum had 23 to lead the way. Caden Grau playing with foul trouble, still had 18 points. Pierce Yoder off the bench, 4 huge threes, and then you got 7 points from Daniel Yoder, 6 points from Bryce Yoder. Just an impressive effort by Chandler Pribble's team. It's the first time we've seen them this year. I have the feeling it won't be the last.
No, I think they're really talented, and they can make a very good run in the postseason. I think the way they've grown, I think one of the ways they've grown is that they're older. They're older than they were last year. Last year they were good. Don't get me wrong, they were a sectional champion, but they were still a little younger last year. I think they've grown to the point that this team has a lot of guys that have played a lot of critical basketball, and they're going to be a tough out come postseason.
Now, Fairfield, the season isn't over for them just because they have 2 losses to their arch rivals. Yes, they're 7-3. Brody Garber's team has to learn from this and learn what lessons they can put to use in their own sectional. I don't know that Columbia City is as good as Westview. Columbia City's good, but take what you've learned from this and be able to apply it to different teams.
No question. And look, you were neck and neck till halftime. How do you keep that style of play going for the entire 4 quarters will be a key for this team. They were right there with Goshen in that game that they played. So certainly they can play. It's whether or not they can make those adjustments to be able to make a playoff run to win a sectional, as you said, and a very, very talented and good sectional led by Columbia City.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this doubleheader tonight on Sports Michiana. It was our pleasure to bring it to you. We couldn't have done it without our exceptional Sports Michiana crew, led by the G-Man, Gary Martin, down in the truck. He had the help of fellows like Chris Skibby and Tony Beltran, who were directors tonight. Teron Gray was on that replay machine all night long, making things happen. And then our outstanding camera guys as well. We had Luke McDowell, Chris Skibby, Michael Weens, and Ryan Fitzpatrick all out here working the cameras for you. Don't forget, we have more high school basketball for you next Friday night. We'll be over at the Palace of Penn High School as Barrett Coleman's Penn Kingsmen take on Chad Johnston's South Bend John Adams Eagles. We're on the air with the pregame show at 7:15, tip-off at 7:30, and we do hope you'll join us then. Now, for my broadcast partners, the Hall of Famer Bo Hundt, and my business and broadcast partner Angelo DiCarlo, it's Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final score from here in the Falcons' Nest, Westview prevailing over Fairfield 66-52. So long from beautiful Benton. Thank you for watching the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Barrett Custom Roll Forming, McInnes Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lilliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors. Support us by supporting them.